Okay, now we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the 30th episode of Is This Thing On? We're at 30. I feel like I say that every time, Gareth, but now. But the 30th episode. Oh my God, I'm listening.
I was just saying a minute ago what a tight ship that you guys run, and then we're getting.
It's like, have you seen the show?
That's a bollocks.
I caught a couple of good episodes, I think.
Yeah, maybe we've had like 2 good ones in 30 episodes.
Yeah, maybe 2 with no glitches. Yeah, there's probably been like 2. But that's why half the people come. They come for the chaos, controlled chaos, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see. We got a few people here.
I tell you what, we should have done a thing because I don't think Jack's too far away from me. We should have done a thing where I was round his house or he was round my house.
Yeah, where are you, Gareth? Because I'm over in
Portsmouth.
Essex. Okay.
Essex.
Yeah, not too far away.
That's close to an American, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
To us, it's like the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Wait, where is it? Where is it, Jack? Did you say, or you don't want to say?
I'm in the southeast of England, so I'm out by the coast, but a different coast to Gareth here.
Yeah, I'm right at the bottom.
Okay. So how would you take a train to get there, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd need to get a train into London, I think, and then down to Portsmouth for me.
Yeah.
Or alternatively drive, but I'm not in a state for driving right now. With the risks.
That's true. Still
so
going
that
on.
that was you said that was a snowboarding thing? Is it snowboarding or skiing?
The snowboarding, yeah. I decided to try my hand at that for the first time this year, and obviously it didn't go well. So I've only just got out of the cast. I was in it for 30 days, which has been, really awkward and uncomfortable. But I've more use of it now, which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. When do you get everything off?
Well, this is a Velcro thing, so I can take it off whenever, really. But I still feel like I need a bit of support in it. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did they advise you not to take it off?
I need to take it off for sleeping and stuff. But other than that, I think it's going to be helpful until I sort of get a bit more strength back over the next week or so. But I can actually hold a book normally now and read.
Hey.
So no more delays to videos.
So are you're a print book reader?
I am, yeah. What about you guys? Are you ebook people or audiobook?
No,
both.
I give it. I will listen. I have a very short ride to the office, so I will listen to audiobooks in the car on the way to the office. But it takes me forever to get through a book because it's such a short ride, you know. And I will read Kindle. I have like a stand for my iPad above my bed. So I will sometimes read a little bit. Always have a book going on that, and I'll read like falling asleep on that. But that's it. Otherwise, it's all print, right? And you're basically all print, right, Gareth?
Yeah, I've tried. I've got absolutely nothing against audiobooks or ebooks, but ebooks feels a bit like work because I use devices all the time at work, and it just puts me off. And audiobooks, my mind wanders. I can't concentrate on it. So I'm impressed with people who read audiobooks. I think it's impressive. I think it's harder.
I'm exactly the same way, but with the physical books, half the joy for me is finding these vintage copies with this amazing artwork. And so sometimes I will buy something just purely based on the artwork, not even read the blurb or anything, not have any idea about what the book's about, just because I want that piece of art in my house. So that's part of the joy for me.
Yeah. Physical media. Yeah. It's like, do you get an LP or do you listen to Spotify? No, you don't. You get the LP or the CD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. We'll come back to that. Let me just let's see what we got like a dozen people here. So let's just say hi to everybody. Heidi's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Heidi.
Heidi's been singing your praises like all the time.
Yeah, I got to say quickly about Heidi. She's been someone who's been watching my channel since I started it really, and has been really supportive of me. So yeah, thank you to Heidi, and glad to see you in the chat here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Which
Elaine hasn't
cookies
finished
does
my
Jack
book
have?
yet. She's been reading it for ages.
You jumping the gun here, Heidi. We're not out of cookies yet. Come on now.
Are we going to get into Gareth? I'm sure you've done this many times. The whole cookies versus biscuits thing. I don't want to try.
I kind of let them get away with it, Jack. But you know, now and again, I'll remind them that it's our language, but they forget. They think it's their language.
Jack, we have been to it is so far beyond the biscuits cookies debate at this point. We have touched on everything. I think the most contentious, continuous arguments we've had are the pork roll, Taylor ham, Canadian bacon, that whole one. That's
right. Okay. I'm not going to open old wounds then. I'll leave
that. It's just when we're talking food, we always clarify. We always just automatically assume we're talking about something different.
Okay, what's that? What does that mean? What's that in what? What you eating?
Hey, Brian.
Brian.
I'm trying to make Dave jealous. Margaret's here.
Margaret's here. Awesome.
Hey, Gavin.
Gavin. I was just watching Gavin about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, MJ's here.
Awesome.
Now. She can't.
Yeah, I think.
Can you hear us, MJ?
If you can hear us, that's amazing.
The last show that I watched, I was kind of just looking at all of the comments and clicking on all of the channels and checking them all out. There was so many people that I'd not seen before. Our circles just hadn't really crossed over like that. But yeah, a lot of really interesting channels in your chat last time.
Nice. Yeah.
MJ
that's cool.
is Gareth just did he went through them all and made like a little list the other day.
Oh yeah,
all the numbers and stuff. And MJ is the only one, right? That's been on 3 times already.
No, there's 2. It's MJ and Jim.
Oh, Jim's been on 3 times.
Jim's been on 3 times.
Have people ever turned you down when you've reached out to them? Have people ever said no?
That's a really good question. That's going to happen at some point. Dave, what are we going to do? Are we going to like crumble?
Oh, no. Somebody said no once.
Who said no?
I don't want to say. I don't.
Let's have them
because they're in the chat a lot. It's just not their thing. You know what I mean?
Well,
Lives.
I'm going to try and get a very successful author to come on ice soon. So that would be a thing. I won't jinx it by saying who it is. But if that happens, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be.
We had Mark Scott Zachary from the Twilight Zone, didn't we?
I see. I feel like we weren't quite ready for Mark Scott Zachary, and so
I spent my whole life being ready for that guy.
Well, that's true. Maybe you were ready. I wasn't ready, but that's okay because I didn't do any talking.
In some way, though, I've not seen that, but it might be kind of refreshing to those sort of people to have something that's a little bit more free form, because I'm sure they do
more loose. Yeah, that's a compliment, Dave. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Oops. They probably hear the same questions over and over again, right? So it's probably good to get something a bit different. Talk about biscuits and cookies.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever got the biscuits with him, did we?
I did actually, in the email, I did ask him to bring some biscuits. I remember I did that. I thought, solid, I'll just do it, even though, he's from Hollywood.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got special biscuits.
Yeah.
Passed down from Ray Bradbury.
Yeah, maybe. It wouldn't be any good anymore at this point. All right, let's say hi to everybody.
Yeah, Ray Bradbury's biscuits are crap.
Pat's here. Nicole's
Hi, Pat. Nicole's here. These are all our past guests.
Ice is here. Hey, Ice.
Hi, Ice.
Elaine, you're reading a book now? Is that what you said?
She's not finished my book yet. She said she was reading it about a month ago, I think. Book in hand. She's reading it as we watch it. That's going to be confusing.
Oh, what, Brown Yelp?
Yeah, Brown Yelp Gang.
Oh, okay.
My finest work.
Ice says physical copies all the way.
Yeah.
I need the book in hand. Plus, new books smell so good. old books smell really good sometimes too.
Sometimes,
Right, Jack? Those old vintage sci-fis, those smell great.
I did. I bought a lot recently off of eBay, and I was really excited for them because there was some books in there that I'd been looking for ages. And when they turned up, they just smelled so strongly of cigarette smoke. I was so disappointed with that because I'm not a smoker, and nobody in my household is. So, yeah, I don't know. A way to get that out of books. You guys, have you got any tips on that? Anyone in the chat? I'm not sure.
I order. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say soak it in soapy water. That'll do it.
Yeah, destroy these priceless artifacts, Gareth.
Steve Donahue did a video about that once. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was like, I think it was about the smell or how to fix something in the book. I think it was with with a moldy smell or something like that. And he did that. And he said, well, what you do is first you dip in the water and you scrub it in. He had this whole procedure of scrubbing it and doing this and that. And then you take it and you throw it in the garbage. Yeah.
I was going to say, because I was joking. What happens if you buy a big bunch from eBay and then like you open up and then tons of silverfish run out?
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. But that's the dangers. Yeah. The dangers of collecting vintage SF.
Yeah. I did actually have someone donate a whole box, well, 2 boxes of music related books to my department in my college, and literally there were silverfish all over them. It was really? Like, oh my god, yes. I don't know where those boxes had been, but they were running around, clearly gnawing at the pages of the books.
Oh my god! I was going to tell the story about how I got a moldy book one time that I ordered, but now it's not a good story. After that one,
there was tons. Every time I picked up a book, there was another one dropping out. I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting."
So I used to agree with you on the physical books. Heidi listens to audiobooks. 90%. My eyes. Okay. Yeah. You know, the audiobooks, I think, so we all agree about physical books, and that's all part of the experience and all that kind of stuff. However, the audiobooks, I think we probably talked about this before, right, Gareth? The audiobooks is kind of, it's another kind of adaptation, right? And it can be, some of them, if they're done really well, it's another type of performance in and of itself. And just the same way you would derive something out of a movie, that can happen with the right audiobooks, you know. Like,
well, they're probably better than the voice I've got in my head when I'm reading.
Yeah, you know well, I mean? Right.
Sometimes I feel inadequate. Do you know what I mean? Like these, some author's written in some like dialect. I'm going, I can't read that. I think I know what you're saying, but I've got to think more because I've got to translate this, and I'm not doing the voices. And some great actor can probably sell it really well. So you know, there is that, isn't there?
Yeah, and sometimes they put a lot into it. You know, like sometimes just somebody trying to do like 8 different voices, but sometimes they'll have like a whole suite of actors or, you know, voice actors doing all the different
So it's like a radio play.
Yeah. I mean, do you do Jack? You do audiobooks sometimes, or?
No, I have tried it. I've tried it a number of times, and I'm exactly the same as what Gareth said. My mind just wanders to the point where I will have 5 minutes will have gone by, and I realize I haven't taken anything in, and that's okay if you're reading because you just go back a couple of lines. But if you're reading, if you're listening to an audiobook, how do you get back to the point where you switched off? I find that really difficult. So yeah, it's not for me. I know a lot of people are really into it, and like you say, the experience can probably vary depending on the performance. So that's another factor. But yeah, it's not worked for me so far. I'm not opposed to trying it again, but
same with me. Yeah, like I think Dave said as well. If it does work, if I keep trying it, at some point it does work, it will be better in the sense that you've got more choices for when you can digest a book. Although I would say that one of the things that I need to get used to, it's a weird kind of balance that I decided that every time I use the bus or the train, and I use them a lot, I would have a book in front of me, and I do a lot of reading on the bus and the trains. And sometimes I've I got back my little reading mojo from reading the Lee Brackett book that I did a review of, and part of that is because did you watch that one? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. You commented, didn't you? I think you'll love that book. But I had a long journey on the train, so I read more than half the book just on the journey there. So that was great, because I was like, that's job done. But I realized that to do that meant I made a conscious decision not to listen to music on public transport, and I kind of missed that a bit. So it's like, you got to juggle all the time,
Yeah. Ryan, I read both ebooks and Dead Trees. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
we love Dead Trees. Cookie debate on this segment, or maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little. Hey, everyone. Hey, Kat.
Hey, Kat. Kat's ready. She's
I don't know. Your
poised.
evil twin's not here yet, so. When the show is on Book Blather, it's cookies, and when it's on Book Songs, Magic Biscuits. That's right. That should be the rule.
That's interesting.
I'm way too. Heidi makes a good point. I'm way too deferential, and
that's a lot of respect for the cookie word, isn't it? There, yeah. Well, I see my T-shirt says, "I accept cookies."
There you go.
That's a good shirt. I don't think you have worn that one on here before.
I don't think I have. Oh no, I definitely haven't, because I put it on this morning to go to work in it, and my wife said, "You haven't worn that before, have you?" I said, "Why? What's the matter?" And there was the massive tag with the price and everything was still on it. I'm so glad she saw it. I was like a writing nonce. I was like, "Yeah, can you cut that
off?" Constance is here. Hey, Constance.
How stupid would that have been? Do you know what I mean? My students have been like, "Gareth, I like your T-shirt, mate."
Why do I get the impression that your students would not be surprised by that?
yeah. They would have They would have done some meme about it, probably.
I went to work once, and I didn't realize that I an iron mark on the back of my shirt. Where I left the iron on, and I didn't realize until I got home. And no one commented on it, so a bit of an awkward one.
Yeah, very polite.
Well, maybe we should just pause for a second. We got 20 people here, so maybe this would be a good time to let Jack tell us a little bit about your channel, kind of how long you've been doing it, what kind of stuff you do on the channel, and.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So yeah, I'm Jack. I started a channel called Sci-Fi Finds last July. So it's been 8 months? Is that about 8 months?
That's fantastic though. How fast you've grown in 8 months.
Yeah, thanks for that. I didn't really expect it. I thought I'd probably get a couple of hundred subscribers in the first year or so, but
that's because he's a young, handsome bloke, not an old fogey.
Is that what it is? Young and handsome. But he's hitting on you. Don't worry, he's miles away. He's not going to touch you, Jack. You're all right.
Do I take a compliment about my age and my looks, or are you saying my videos suck? And the only reason that I'm doing well
hey, it doesn't matter, does it? If however you get in the subs, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, I think I hit on a sort of really successful video quite early on, which was my top 10 science fiction books, which actually, looking back on it, I've read so much now over the last year, that list would probably be entirely different. But that has 10,000 views now, which is amazing. And I think a lot of my subscribers came through that. So maybe a little bit of luck early on, maybe a little bit of playing the algorithm with a top 10 list. People seem to really love those, but
people love it. But you could do one every year, because even if it changes, that's part of the fun of it. I know Moid. Did you used to watch Moid, or do you still watch Moid?
Yeah, I used to watch Moid. I still watch Moid.
Yeah, because he did one every year as well, I think.
His channel, I mean, he's just gone to another level of production value. He's got like drone shots in there. He's got people operating the camera for him. It's just a completely different level of production.
Totally different. Yeah. He does little films basically, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. But so I think really I sort of came into being a science fiction fan through films, but also more importantly video games, I think, from when I was younger. And while I do love both of those mediums, I think there's probably only really a handful of truly great science fiction films, and a handful. Or we can debate that one, Gareth. We can debate that one.
That hurt.
and a handful of truly great science fiction video games. So I was sort of craving those stories so much that I had to go back to the source in short stories and novels. But yeah, it's really just been this accelerated journey. And I think, like a lot of people doing this, it probably came initially from a lack of people in my real life that were interested in it, and not being able to sort of discuss it with anyone. So I thought I'd sort of seek out a community online, and yeah, I found that now, which is great.
Yeah. No, awesome.
It's one of the
subscribe to this channel, everybody.
Sci-Fi Finds.
Sci-Fi Finds.
All right. Elaine is pacing herself. Maybe done this month.
No, it's a fair point. When you read a good book, you don't want it to end. So I get what she's saying. I appreciate that. I'll take it as a compliment that you're not reading it.
So Margaret has not seen you before, Jack.
Like, is that like Jack from The Incredibles?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. That's a great film.
That's one of the great sci-fi films.
That's a great film. That's one of the great sci-fi films.
I hit you through the heart there, Gareth, with that comment. Is that something that you disagree with?
If I had to do a top 50 science fiction films, it would probably take me about 10 minutes. I love so many of them. So yeah, but I really do love.
So you think there are 50 that are truly great, like truly great pieces of art?
Yeah.
Not that you love, because I think that's a different thing, right? You can love something that's a little bit rough around the edges.
No.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you what, this is a controversial comment because I think that you would definitely disagree on this, and probably a few people in chat, but I genuinely think it's all subjective. All of it.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
So if something's great, I think it's because you love it.
Great to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's 50 science fiction films that I like. Absolutely. There's more than that. But ones that I truly consider like great works in the genre, I probably wouldn't say so personally. But are you a film guy, Dave, or not so much?
Not. I mean, some. I'm trying to make more time for it, but not as much. No, not as much. Garrett did a quiz. He had a few of us on, and he did a quiz. It was. I mean, I failed miserably. I knew the answer to nothing.
Yeah, if Gavin's still in the chat, Gavin was like pretty cocky.
He was a monster, though.
He was loving it too much. Yeah.
All right. Gavin just had an amazing Speak of the Devil.
Yeah.
I can hear okay through my phone.
Oh,
okay.
Fantastic. I think that's a sign, MJ, that you're getting better.
Poor MJ.
Yeah.
Is she okay? What's happened?
She's perforated her eardrums, so she can't hear at all.
Oh wow.
She came back from vacation with like the inkling of a virus, which then like really escalated badly, and she got a lot of fluid in her ears that they couldn't dissipate, and the pressure got so bad it perforated both of her eardrums. And so now it's just perforated her eardrum, still got a bunch of fluid in there, and so she kind of just has to wait it out for now. There's nothing they can do. Hopefully it'll clear up, and if not, she'll have to get surgery done. But her hearing is at like 3% or something. It's awful.
Wow.
Dave bought us some biscuits, so
British biscuits.
Yeah,
British biscuits, not real
shortbread
British biscuits, but
which ones?
They're not real
biscuits.
British biscuits. They're not like hobnobs or anything. They're
you went fancy.
No, shortbread's cool.
What? What'd you say?
Which one?
You? What'd you say?
Me? I said shortbread. You bought MJ shortbread, didn't you?
Yeah, they're a tiny little. Yeah. It was a package of like variety pack of like tiny
that's awesome
shortbreads. Yeah. Cat. Everybody's saying hi. Crumble like a cookie. Sorry, can you introduce your guest again? I am late. Oh, so did we just do that? Her comments from before, right? We did that?
Yeah. I think that's before Jack talked about his channel. Yeah.
This comment is from 710. So Jackson's
Yeah.
Yeah, I make videos about old science fiction books that nobody cares about anymore, except a handful of people.
Hey, some of us care about them.
Yeah.
My last few books have been old sci-fi books. So.
There you go.
All right. Hey, William's here. Hey, William. Everybody saying hi.
Hi, William. Jack, did you see my video I did in November or December, which bouncing off Michael K. Vaughan's one about choosing 10 vintage paperbacks, sci-fi paperbacks. I was going to read one a month, and I picked 12 that I was going to read through the year. Did you see that?
No, I don't think I caught that one.
Because if you catch it, if you get a chance to see it, we might be able to buddy read something, because you might have some of them.
Okay.
Yeah, there were some good ones in there.
Yeah, definitely. I'll check that. I'll check that one out. I'm sort of. I don't really. What do you guys do in terms of TBR? Have you got a list of things that you know you're coming to, or are you like me, where I'll just sort of go to my shelf and pick something up, and that's what I read next?
Dave, you go first.
Me first.
Okay.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I have a general pile. Like I've got a little pile of things over there that will be some of the things that I read next, but I'm also very much a mood reader. So I will, I'm reading a book and I have in my head which one I'm reading next, and by the time I finish that book, I don't want to read that one. So so I just go with the mood. And I will tell you, this is true. Is actually the last couple books I've read were vintage sci-fi stuff. And it was actually, Jack, it was you that spurred me to do it, because you did a video that was like, you did a video of, I forget what you called it, but it was like vintage sci-fi books that like not that many people know about. I forget what you called it, but you picked books that had only like a few Goodreads ratings for them and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? I got it, because I've been accumulating all these vintage sci-fi books like every time. Hey, easy. Olive. Every time I go,
is that Joe again?
Olive, look, I'm going to put you on camera. You're going to embarrass yourself. Olive, you're going to embarrass yourself.
Doesn't
and I keep accumulating like so many of these vintage sci-fi books. Every time I go to these used bookstores, I can't help it. But I'm not going through them like almost at all. You know what I mean? They just lots of look cool. I pick them up and I don't read many. So I saw your video and I was like, I got to start getting through these. So like every month I'm going to make a little bit of a dent. So I literally just read the last couple books were a couple of vintage sci-fi books. So,
that's cool. That's cool. I think on that video did really well as well, which was great to see. But I think with the obscure books, they really sort of call out to me because there's this notion that you could hit on this hidden gem, something undiscovered, something forgotten that you can sort of bring back into the limelight. But then the other risk that you run is that it's obscure for a very good reason, because it's terrible, which is something that happened to me a number of times. But I think I'm willing to sort of wade into that risk in that possibility of finding something truly great, which has happened a couple of times. And I think on that video, there were a couple that I did end up really enjoying.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are like thousands of vintage science fiction books out there that are just okay, isn't it? They're just a bit of fun. Because they're like formulaic and like, they're kind of, I don't know, adventure, space opera type things with funny aliens in it. And, I mean, I haven't got a problem with that, but it's good if you know what you're going into when you read those kind of ones, isn't it?
Yeah. But the good thing, though, is that it's easy. It's like not a big deal, because like, unlike all these, like, all these sci-fi books today that have to be like 500, 600 pages, the vintage stuff is, so many of them are just like 200 pages. So it's not a huge commitment.
That brings me to another question that I had for you guys is, where are you with regards to DNFing books? Is that something that you do? Because I've sort of made it a point to never do that. Partly because I'm reading a 100 best novels list, and I feel like I need to complete all of the books in the list to make a video about it. But two, I don't know. I just, like you say, a lot of them are short enough that I'm willing to see them out and see if things change towards the end. But it has been difficult recently. There have been a few things where I get 50 pages in and I just think this has no redeeming qualities. I really don't want to keep going with it. But where are you guys on that?
You got two questions to answer, Gareth. You didn't.
I have, yeah. So I'll answer the one about mood reading or TBRs, because I would like to have TBRs, and I do them. I do videos where I go, I'm going to get involved in this event, and I'm going to read these books, and then I always change my mind when I'm actually doing it. And sometimes I'll literally have one of those books right in front of me, and I'll just be like, no, I'm going to read this instead. So yeah, I am definitely motivated by a mood thing, but I have so many times I'm like, well, that's the one, I'm going to do that in next week or in 2 weeks time or next month. And it's because there's so many I want to read, but yeah, definitely more motivated by mood. The DNF thing, I could refer to something I'm reading now, actually. This is a book that is a modern classic by Leonora Carrington, The Hearing Trumpet, and this looked like a bit of fun. And this is like, it's got a really cool cover. I did recognize the artist, but yeah, it's a kind of a bit of a mad book. But she's quite witty, but I feel like I'm reading it and I'm not kind of being, it's not making me laugh, but I know that it's funny, and I feel like I'm not in the right mood for it, and I really should probably read it another time. But I want to finish it because it's not very long, like you said. Like when it's not very long, you think, oh, I should finish this.
What's the author?
Leonora Carrington.
And what's
it's about an old woman who gets put into an old like a home for the elderly.
Okay.
And it becomes really surreal. Like this, the home's made out of igloos, and there's just weird stuff that happens in it. But I've only got about 50 pages in. Yeah, and I don't know. I am tempted to DNF, but I won't DNF. But I'm tempted.
I'm in the same boat right now with my current read, which I'll very carefully show you because it has a naked alien cat lady on the front. So I'm gonna.
That's Dave's channel. It's Dave's filth. He loves it.
Yeah,
it's stuff that Olive reads.
The Wanderer by Fritz Leiber.
Oh, Fritz Leiber, yeah.
Fritz Leiber.
I used to have that book. I haven't got it anymore, but I used to have it.
I'm like 150 pages in, and nothing's happening. I'm not getting on with the writing style, and I'm just like, I've got 2/3 left to go.
That's another one I'm reading, Jack.
Yeah.
Is that more? That looks more like fantasy.
It is, yeah. This is Fafnir and Grey Mouse books. They are great. So that's
no naked alien cat ladies though. I mean,
no, that's definitely one criticism I would have of this book. Yeah.
See, I need a little more on that, Jack, because that's a book that I would have picked up in the used bookstore just for the cover. So I need a little bit about what's it about?
A planet sort of appears in space, just outside of Earth's atmosphere, through a portal or something, and it is impacting Earth's gravity and tides and having strange effects on the people, and that's all that's happened so far in 150 pages. So, I don't know much more than that. I haven't really got to the cat people yet, but I'm assuming that they're there based on the cover, and if they're not, I'm going to be even more disappointed.
Oh, you haven't even
sometimes some covers have got nothing to do with the books, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to write this down because I might look into this book. What's the title?
I love that.
The Wanderer.
What is it?
The Wanderer by Fritz Leiber.
Wanderer?
Yeah.
Wanderer. I've only ever read one Leiber book, and it was a horror. It was Conjure Wife. Either of you guys read that one?
No.
I don't know that much about him, to be honest. But judging that this book's science fiction, Gareth just held up a fantasy, and then you're saying that he's got a horror novel as well.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting that he's crossing all of these genres.
Yeah. He's done all three, yeah. I would humbly say he's most famous for the Fafnir and Grey Mouse books, because they influenced D&D and all sorts of things.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's done a bit of everything. I've got a short story book called Night Monsters, which I was considering reading for Horror Mayhem, or some of it.
Oh, I really want to read some more horror, but I've sort of put myself in this box with my channel name, so I don't really know how to do that.
But there are some crossover horror sci-fi.
Yeah, maybe.
This is where you got to take some advice from the old veterans. You can't be pinned in like that. Doesn't matter how you started or what your channel name is or any of that. You're allowed to expand. It's your channel. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, Jack. Can I just say, Jack? I've never ever done any magic on my channel.
Yeah.
If someone asks me, I can't do it.
You're like several years. You're like 4 years in now. When's there going to be some magic?
Although I did, if you remember, I did juggle 700 balls once. That was clever.
I've got to go back. I've got to go back and watch all of your videos, Gareth.
There's 900 of them. I don't think it's worth it.
Let me catch up a little bit before we get too bad. Jack, it seems almost all channels dip into sci-fi. Yeah. Fancy, more snobbery against my fantasy when it comes to literary fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting comment, really. I would say it feels the other way round to me, where there's a lot of fantasy channels on YouTube, right? And there's a decent amount of science fiction too, but I do feel like there is this people turn their nose up a little bit at SF for some reason. And I suppose that's always been the case in some way, but it feels like it's more toward science fiction than it is towards fantasy. But I'm not really a fantasy reader, so I don't know what your perspective on that is.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. When I still remember this day because my dad reads a lot, and still to this day. And I remember when I was little, just because he didn't know what he was talking about, I was trying to reading some sci-fi, and not that he wouldn't let me read it, but he made a comment that it was kind of just garbage stuff. You know what I mean? And he was just reading like popular mystery thrillers. And and I was like, what are you talking about? Like sci-fi has the potential to like really make you think, sometimes very deeply about lots of things. But like I think a lot of people, they just are prejudiced against sci-fi but they have this impression that sci-fi is not serious because they haven't tried it and they don't know much about it.
Yeah, it's usually
like aliens and robots, and they.
It depends what you're looking for, right? Like Gareth just mentioned, there are a lot of these fun books that are just people shooting laser guns at little green men on the moon. They can be fun. They can be exactly what someone's looking for. But then you've got things like Robert Silverberg and Philip K. Dick and Ursula Le Guin who are exploring, philosophical themes and psychological themes and mind-altering substances and alternate worlds, and actually you are getting a little bit more than that in those books. So I think there really is something for everyone in the genre. You just need to be a bit selective about what you're picking up.
Yeah. I just remember to have cheesecake. She's got cheesecake.
Nice.
Cheesecake has biscuit in it, right? Cheesecake's got some biscuit in it.
Yeah, it has got a biscuit in it. My wife made some cheesecake a few days ago, and she was like, because I found some digestives. I was like, are they for me? No, I'm making some cheesecake. I was like, all right. And then she made it. It was awesome. It was lovely cheesecake. It was like a lemon cheesecake thing. It was very nice. And a very lovely digestive underneath it. Cool.
Now I am wishing that we did this in person, Gareth.
Yeah, I'll meet you at Waterloo with some cheesecake.
With some cheesecake.
Cat loves cheesecake. On vacation in Singapore. Oh, that's great, William. I hope you're having a good time.
Nice.
Have fun. How long are you there for, William? Maybe stick in a bucket of rice like a wet phone. What's that a reference?
Is that with regard to the Smoky Books?
Oh, the Smoky Books. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Smoky Books would be a good channel name, actually.
It's a good band name, Smoky Books.
Smoky Books.
Smoky Books and the Readers. There you go. That's a band name.
Oh, that's awesome, William. I hope you're having a good time, buddy.
Kicking my thing.
Let's roll the chocolate baked cheesecake. Hubby bought it for me. Oh,
your comments section seems very friendly. Is that your experience your channels as well, or do you ever get more sort of obnoxious comments?
I think we're both quite lucky, actually. When I look at Dave's comments, I think they all seem to be quite nice, and I've been quite lucky, really.
Yeah.
There's been I had a lot of negative ones on my video about COVID. People, I spent that was what was it, 20 minutes of me talking about when I nearly died, and there's people going, "It's all made up, mate. You just believe them, like you're just gullible." I'm just like, "Seriously, did you watch that fucking video?" But other than that, I think it's all been all right for me. What about you, Dave?
How about you?
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky too. With the exception of one video, which I'll mention in a minute, I only ever got one nasty comment, and it was I was talking about the book My Dark Vanessa. Do you know that one? It's like a Lolita type story. It's with a teacher abusing a student or getting in a relationship with a student. And this person, for personal reasons, didn't like the way that the words that I used to characterize things. But I did engage them in a conversation, actually, in the comments, and it went back and forth for a bit. And by the time it was over, she deleted the thread. So that was the only bad experience I had, except I did review. I did have a video that was fairly political. I did a video on a book, Liz Cheney's book about Trump, and that video went crazy. And it got a lot of comments, some of which were aggressive, but I knew that was going to happen. So it's okay. I went into it knowing it was going to happen. So that
I mean, that comes with the territory, right? You're reading a book about those subject matters. You have to talk about it. There's no real getting around it.
You can set yourself up.
Yeah, definitely. But how do you feel like how do you deal with that personally? Does it affect you when you get those nasty comments, or is it sort of water off a duck's back?
Yeah, I think mostly off the back. Yeah, what did you say? Water off the duck's back? That must be an English idiom. See, this is what always happens with us, Jack.
Look, you got a new one. You got a new one today.
Yeah, you got a new one.
Water off a duck's back. I don't
it's
think
good. It's a good phrase, isn't it?
It is. I don't think that's actually a great idiom, but I don't think we have that one here.
Yeah, we got good idioms. We have.
Yeah, that one was an interesting experience, Jack, because actually a lot of the negative ones I didn't need to deal with. Actually, other people came in and dealt with them for me. You know,
that happens on Facebook sometimes. Someone makes a really stupid comment and you go, "Oh, what?" And then that's it. There's an army of your friends on there going, blah, 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 blah. You go, "All right, cool, go for it."
Yeah. And then, some of them that were just crazy, I just ignored. There's a lot of people that, they're only making the comment because they want to fight. You know what I mean? So I just, some I just ignored. I don't delete anything. I never deleted any comments, but some of them I just did not respond to if I knew it was just somebody itching for an argument, So, and then some of them they would make actual points, and they had just been misinformed. So I would politely explain to them, I'm sorry, but you've been misinformed about that, and I'd point them to a reference online where this is where it actually shows you what actually happened or whatever, you know what I mean? So each one was a little bit different, but you kind of have to, if you're going to touch on controversial issues, you kind of have to know going in that you're going to get nasty stuff, and you have to know going in, I'm just not going to let it bother me, but I don't know what's been your experience.
Yeah, I think I've kind of been involved in making content in I've seen a much more toxic environment on those other platforms, and coming into this as someone without a literary background, I'm an engineer. Who am I to come in and be speaking about these books? Also, not the most well-read person in the sort of science fiction YouTube space, but everyone's been incredibly welcoming, and the community's been really nice. Often people will correct me on things. I'll say that a book was published in a year, and I'll get the year wrong, or I'll pronounce an author's name wrong, like I just did with Fritz Leiber a second ago. Fritz Leiber. But when people were doing that, the tone of those comments and corrections is more constructive than it is
that's good.
patronizing.
Right.
With the exception, I have had a few where they have been more mean-spirited. We'll say. But like I say, I've been on other platforms where I've had it way worse, where it will get more personal than just what I'm talking about, and sort of descend a little bit further than that. But this community's been absolutely amazing, so I can't knock it really.
It's really good.
Yeah, I think that's definitely different. I think YouTube, at least in the booktube area of YouTube, I think it's definitely much less belligerent and toxic than some of the other social media platforms. Not that
I think there's a reason for it. I think that when you go on Instagram and TikTok, for example, the clips are really short. So therefore, if the clips are really short, one, you can't say that much in the video. So you're going to make massive sweeping generalizations. You're not going to say that much, like in detail, those kind of things. And the people looking through them are doing them really quickly as well. So their reactions are going to be quick. Their comments are going to be, they don't want to spend much time on each video. I mean, the whole experience is about bang, 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 bang. And YouTube, and therefore BookTube, is about, the average, I think most people do like 20-minute videos, 15-minute, 20-minute videos. So someone sat there for 20 minutes and watched you. And generally the comments are longer. Do you know what I mean? I think the whole experience is different. So I think that's why people are more reasoned in general. And it's not just go, blah, 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 and just attack you.
Yeah, and I think, we're probably a decent example of that, Gareth, because I know that we've disagreed on a few things. And you've made videos sort of responding to some of the things that I've said in my videos, etc. But because of those longer formats that you're talking about, take Tau Zero, for example, right? You love that book and your review was really glowing. Mine was the complete opposite. But I watched your video and you watched mine, and you can see, okay, Gareth liked this thing about the book. I can totally understand that. And you probably watched mine and thought, okay, yeah, fine. I understand why he didn't like it. So
totally.
You do get that context, and it allows for that discussion more than anything.
I think if you have a certain opinion about a book, but why someone might have a different opinion, I think that's just being sort of rational with your own taste, isn't it? Really, and understanding that it's not a fact, is it? It's an opinion. It's your take on the book. It's about your experience with it, isn't it?
Do you guys feel like you're aligned with each other in many ways, or are there things that you've sort of clashed on in the past?
Well, besides the English language.
That's a good question. I think we mostly we're mostly aligned.
We do. We agree on. You didn't like Alien Clay as much as I did you?
No, not as much.
Is that Tchaikovsky?
Yeah. How much Tchaikovsky have you read, Jack?
I've read Children of Time and absolutely loved it, but I've not read any of his other stuff. So we are both trying to go through lots of his stuff, aren't we? He writes so much.
Yeah, I know. He's probably written another one tonight.
Yeah. He's like, amazing.
I reckon you guys could probably get in touch with him. It seems like a lot of people on YouTube have. So
that's the guy. That's the guy. I wasn't going to say anything.
But here's the thing. This has been our plan for a while. We're publicizing it now. This has been our plan, and we're guessing we could probably get him on.
Well, if he says no to us, then it's like, what? You go on all those other channels except us? What's going on? You hate biscuits or something?
But I think Gareth does too. I'm not sure, but he's written so many things. I want to read some more of what he's read before we ask him on, but I don't know. I mean, I've read 5, and you've read like 5, right, Gareth?
I've read 3, 4, 5, 5 and 2 novellas.
Hmm.
Yeah, 5 novels, 2 novellas. So a
What
little
are
bit
the 2
more.
novellas?
I can't remember what they're called. Ogre something and King something.
Okay.
I can't remember, but they were good. They were good, but I can't remember. I didn't own them. I got them from the library.
Let's say he agreed. Let's say he agreed to do this. Would you be nervous about that, given his sort of status? And
absolutely,
Jack, are you asking because you know him? Is that your Uncle Adrian?
I'm his agent, so
I would definitely be nervous. But it's funny because also if we managed to get his mate Claire North on, I think I'd just be starstruck. I reckon because I think Adrian Chikowski is amazing, but I watched Moyd interview Claire North and I was just sort of like spellbound watching her talk as well. So
that was like in his kitchen or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and he'd only read one book because he knew he was interviewing her. It was hilarious. Yeah, I was watching it thinking, I've read all of her books. What's going on, Moyd?
What do you mean by his mate?
Yeah, they play D&D together. Adrian Tchaikovsky and Claire North.
I didn't know that.
Really?
That's mad, isn't it? Yeah. And he said because he first started writing fantasy before he was writing science fiction, and he said he first started writing because he wanted to turn the D&D campaigns into stories.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he writes as much as he does, because in D&D you sort of have to come up with things on the fly and constantly be pivoting, and he's probably just got a very creative mind from that.
Yeah. Well, I genuinely think it's because he treats it like a job. If he gets up in the morning and starts writing at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then at 5 o'clock in the evening he stops, that's a good few hours of writing. If he does it every day, do you know what I mean? I think if you're committed like that, it's not, and you can write, then I think, I wouldn't be able to read something of his and go, well, clearly the guy is chucking him out because it's really naff writing. Do you know what I mean? I've never had that experience with him. Yeah. So he clearly can write. He can get away with it, can't he?
Dave, have you ever written anything? Are you sort of like Gareth? Do you write or not? Not so much.
Little bit. I'm not as committed as Gareth. So I published a story. Regina St. Clair did this horror anthology, like for Horror BookTube, for a couple of years. So I published a story in one of those, and then it was just a fun horror story. And then there was another inaugural publication for a small press called the Stygian Collection. I put a story in there. I did a story in there. It's like dark fiction and and that one I put a lot into, and I was pretty proud of that one. But that's it. That's really all I put out there. What about you?
I'd like to, but I sort of write a page or two, read it back, think that it sucks, and then quit. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I could write a short story that's a page long and sort of really. I
tell you what, I think there's something in that. If you write something that's like 4 or 5 pages long, you can get a story out of it, but you're not you're not giving yourself a massive challenge. And then you write one that's 10 pages long, then you write one that's 20 pages long, then you write one, and then you slowly build up the sort of the writing skills of structure and detail and stuff like that. Because I made a conscious decision after I wrote my short story book, I'm going to try a novel. Do you know what I mean? And I thought I'd learned some lessons from the 10 stories I'd written before. And then, and a couple of the others I didn't put in there that I didn't think were very good. But like the 12 or so stories I'd written, I thought I need to step up and put structure in it, make sure. And I decided there'd be 15 incidents or 15 changes in the story that would be the 15 chapters, and then just see what happens. And it was like a challenge of increasing the level of depth, if you like, and the level of storytelling as far as how many things happened. Sure. So you could do that, I think, and that could get you going on the skills.
How about a is this thing on anthology. All of
Anthology.
your booktuber friends submit stories.
Oh God, he's starting something.
Is this thing written?
It could. Let me catch up here. Jack, this for you. So Dr. Blood Money should be my next Philip K. Dick. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so just quickly, Heidi's referring, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. So I'm reading through this list, which is science fiction, the 100 best novels by David Pringle. And I've probably read about 40 or so of these, and I'm slowly making my way through these on the channel. And yeah, Dr. Blood Money by PKD is on there. So it is one that I'm going to be reading. I've read a couple of PKD books now, and yeah, I'm really enjoying what I'm reading from him. So definitely excited to read Dr. Blood Money.
I never even heard of that book. You read that, Gareth?
No of it, but I haven't read it. I've read about 5 of his books, but not that one. About 5 or 6, yeah. Have you read Ubik?
I haven't actually. No, that's one that I'm sort of looking forward to because a lot of people point to that as one of his best.
That's
It's
a
mental.
strange one.
It's completely mad.
I can believe that from what I've read so far.
Yeah. Andy Serkis and Stephen Pacey are the goats of audio narrators.
Yeah, greatest of all time.
Hmm.
There's a great story that Helen Mirren was saying on Graham Norton on the Let's Chat show over here, Dave, where she was on set with some, I think Jennifer Lawrence and a few other people, and he kept calling her the goat, and she didn't know that it meant greatest of all time, and she thought they were calling her a goat.
Oh.
And she's like, what? She was really insulted. And then eventually they explained it meant greatest of all time. And she's like, oh, okay.
Huh.
I love that. She thought she was being insulted for weeks.
Constance's been listening to three Trollop audiobooks lately. Donnie's reading a chapter at a time, and now I have a taste for it.
Yeah. I like that. Real books I can hug to my chest.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Oh wow, we're a bit behind on these comments, eh?
This always happens. I gotta try to catch up here. We'll make a push.
We need to get guests on and never talk to them. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
I'll shut up for a minute.
It's hard to do both, you know.
I'll eat some custard creams while you.
Oh, he's got the custard creams. Nice.
Chocolates roll. Oh, that's about the cheesecake. All right.
Cheesecake.
Let's try to get going. Blue Beautiful. Hey, Jenny. So Jenny got here a half hour ago.
Oh, Jenny's here.
Playing catch up with Jenny. Oop.
Jenny's our producer.
Lord of the Rings, but the wait time is like 8 months, huh? Link. Aaron Woodward experience on X. Link. I don't know what that means. I hope to squeeze in a day to buy one.
The people want my.
Oh, it might be linked to Jack's channel.
Oh.
Well, it'll be on our publicity for this show, wouldn't it? And on our description as well, isn't it? Is it on your?
Yeah,
there must be. Yeah.
It's in the
you can just
description.
type in sci-fi finds as well. I think it should come up.
I'm gonna put
It's
it in
like a cartoony sci-fi alien type thing, isn't it? Alien image.
All right, put it in the chat. I think. Okay.
That's cool.
I hope to squeeze
Sophisticated.
Let's go through these quick. Great Hunt.
That's still MJ.
I dig full immersion reading and listening. Oh yeah. I've never done that. Like you do them at the same time. You guys ever do that?
I've read a book in an immersion tank. That was really cool. Jack's face.
Like, yeah. I was like, you're going to be floating in water in that instance, and then
that was the joke. But don't worry about it. Yeah.
So she's doing it now with Stephen Graham Jones. That's interesting.
I've read one Stephen Graham Jones book, The Only Good Indians, which is really good.
Yeah, I only read his Night of the Mannequins, which I thought was great fun.
Yeah. I've got My Heart as a Chainsaw to read soon.
Yeah. You ever read any horror, Jack?
Yeah, a little bit. It's something I want to read way more of because I do like horror films a lot. But I've not read anywhere near as much horror as I have science fiction. So I want to do that, and I have been sort of making a list of things I want to get to. So yeah, maybe I'll find a way to sort of sneak that in somehow. I'll take your
join
advice,
in the
guys.
horror mayhem.
Horror mayhem.
I reckon your audience would love it. They'd love it.
Yeah, you should try horror mayhem.
Most science fiction fans like horror too.
Yeah. I think I could get away with it.
I read.
I'm going to blame you guys.
I read no horror before I started BookTube. BookTube got me to try horror, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I literally hadn't. I don't think I had ever read any horror before I started BookTube.
Okay, Jack, if I asked you if your favorite horror film was your favorite science fiction film, what film am I expecting you to say?
It's Alien or nothing, really. The answer to that question. Well, actually, there's
the thing.
Yeah.
You didn't let me guess.
There's two acceptable answers to that question, but I think Alien is, a real masterpiece.
Yeah, it is. You're right. 20
So,
points.
are you the nice twin, Cat? I think it's at work. I failed you. You're late. Well, you still got here, Jenny. Cat loves your shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are names in here I don't recognize. So I'm going to have to watch this back and check some of these people out.
Investigate.
I guess he does. He must work somewhere serious, Margaret.
I can't turn up to work wearing a Cookie Monster shirt. I think I would get thrown off.
Yeah, maybe I don't take my job seriously enough.
Okay, just talking about the book Jack had me at Melange.
Yeah, I Heidi liked how the spice melange in Dune.
Yeah,
she really liked how I said that in one of my videos once, and was laughing at me for it.
Love sci-fi, one of my top.
Oh, thanks. Awesome. Yeah, appreciate that.
Moid.
Moid is media death cult. Bit of a I don't know. I consider him a bit of a legend in BookTube.
Would you say he's the second biggest science fiction booktuber after Bookpilled? Do you think?
He must have more than Bookpilled.
I don't think he does.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, well, that surprises me. Definitely. I thought he was the biggest one.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
Changed. I mean, Bookpill's done well, but I would be surprised if he. I mean, and Bookpill's amazing. I think.
Where's Pat? Where's our statistician?
Yeah, Pat. He needs to look it up.
Look it up. Hey, Fred.
We're barking orders at the people making comments. This is great. Look it up.
Do our bidding.
Glad to see Fred here.
Oh, Fred's here.
Yeah.
Hi, Fred. Fred just did a video. First time he's done a video in ages. Nice to see your video, Fred.
He's been a little quiet lately.
Yeah, sort yourself out, Fred.
You love Jack's style. I like his reviews. His mentions the books are so out there and entertaining. Well, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. I thought she was saying that I'm out there and entertaining, but she's saying that the books are.
Well, maybe. I mean, you don't know. I mean, maybe she means that too. Just sub. All right, excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Love the Incredibles.
You guys need to send me an invoice for all this promotion.
Love the Incredibles. Yeah, Incredibles are fun. Jack is the best part of the movies.
I would humbly say the best Pixar film is Monsters Inc. But go.
Yeah, I just Toy Story for me was so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would agree with that. I mean, how do you beat Toy Story? Toy Story 1, Toy Story 3?
You said, how do you beat Toy Story? And my response is, do Monsters Inc.
I think Monsters Inc. is up there for sure as well.
Yeah,
for me.
brilliant.
I think there's
Finding Nemo,
a real solid top 5. Yeah, Finding Nemo as well is up there.
yeah,
Um,
and Wally.
I put Wally in there. Yeah, I think Wally's
Yeah,
great.
put Wally in there.
I haven't seen Wally.
No way!
No.
It's a beautiful film, and it's quite unique,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
I think it's about 45 minutes without any dialogue.
Really?
Yeah, like the first half of the film, really, it's just beautifully made, and then, well, yeah, yeah.
I thought the
dialogue.
Inside Outs were pretty amazing. They're in the
Which one?
like the Inside Out movies.
Oh, I haven't seen the second one yet.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah,
I did like the first one. Yeah, I feel like the second one is about my students, so I don't really want to watch it.
Yeah, I was getting a little teary in the second one.
Yeah.
Wait, what's not for Margaret? The joke about the insurance denials was the best part for me. Was that from The Incredibles?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, Edna was.
Yeah, Edna was pretty great.
Yeah.
I once made an out of context comment. I go film a storefront to show.
I think wasn't it Edna that was?
What?
Yeah, the voice of Edna was done by the director Brad Bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of mad.
The context comment. He's probably talking about you, Garrett. What about the DS? The stands for babysitter. William's outdoing you guys tonight. Pat, Jenny, Elaine. Film Arrival, but would not say it is perfect. Close though. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I love that film. I've seen it 5 times. I think it's fantastic. That director is incredible. I've not read the story that it's based on though. Have you?
The 2 books by Ted Chiang are 2 of my favorite books of all time.
Yeah. So is it Stories of Your Life? Is that the story?
Yeah, that's the story.
Was made into Arrival. Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, both those books, I think genuinely every story is worth reading, and some of those stories are incredible.
Yeah. Oh, great. Incredible. Yeah, I've got sitting on my shelf over there, Stories of Your Life and others. So I'll definitely get to that.
Yeah. Yeah. The Exhalation I read. That was wonderful. Stories of Your Life. Dia actually sent our last guest. Dia actually sent me that at one point. I just haven't got to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Amazing. Why hasn't he written another one?
I don't know. I mean, he just got like a regular job too. You know, I mean, he doesn't just write all day.
All right, mate. Dave got a bit defensive there, Jack, didn't he? I think.
Do you know Ted Chiang?
Yeah.
I know Tchaikovsky. You know Ted Chiang.
You know Ted Chiang.
You just ruined our chances of getting Ted Chiang on here.
Yeah, that's the only thing we'll go. Come on, mate, write another story. What's the matter with you? The whole 2 hours just having a go at him for being a slow writer.
Good work, Chiang. Come on.
Oh, Gareth, that's for you.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna read it on there. Season 3 Farscape just whoa. Well, spoilers. Some people haven't seen season 3 of Farscape. But yeah, Zan dies.
You ever watch Farscape?
Farscape's the greatest TV show of all time.
Yeah. Farscape was a big sci-fi show for a while there.
Yeah. So try and imagine this, right? Kind of Buck Rogers kind of plot, right? So the guy goes into like a black hole, ends up in a different part of the universe, right? Wants to go home, right? Australian crew and cast mostly with an American lead. All of the creatures are done by Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Oh wow, that's really appealing to me now because I love the Muppets and Sesame Street, but I also love Labyrinth so much that that is really appealing to me.
So it's like watching science fiction Labyrinth, and the all the stories and the dialogue are like absolutely like buzzing with energy and inventiveness. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and it keeps surprising you. Like it'll go.
I'm gonna have so much to watch and read and listen to after this chat here. You guys are giving me too many gems.
That's the goal. That's our goal. Yeah, Farscape is well, that's Gareth's. I mean, yes, me. I would say. I mean, it's good. It's no Battlestar Galactica, but it's good. But Gareth, according to Gareth, is your favorite, right? Farscape.
Yeah. Well, when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, right, the first film,
Yeah.
right, it's a big surprise for everybody. And what I kept saying to everybody, they're going, "Oh, I love that." I said, "Yeah, you loved it because it feels like Farscape. Go watch Farscape." Yeah. And then I watched the new Boone John Ho film, Mickey 17. I enjoyed it. Felt a bit like Farscape. You know, it's like, you know, there's this flavor. It's this flavor of like this sort of crazy, mad, but intelligent kind of awesomeness.
It all goes back to Farscape.
It all goes back to Farscape. It's not saying that everything's copied Farscape, but if it's got that feeling about it, you know, there's this like, really weird energy in that show.
It's coming after I've left. Probably true. MJ's probably gone now. Right.
Yeah.
Let me catch up. I gotta catch up. I care about old science fiction books. Great stuff.
What's his name?
Better
I
MJ.
remember his name.
Good wishes to MJ. I love Wells, Verne, and others. Yeah. Reading the Wells book right now.
You are?
Yeah. It's part of my sci-fi. This doesn't fit with Jack's, you know, lesser known vintage sci-fi. I'm also reading another lesser known one, but yeah, I'm reading The Island of Dr. Moreau. I never read it, I realized.
That's my favorite H.G. Wells book.
Yeah. I haven't read that either, and I just talked about The Time Machine, which I'd never read until like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, so I think that there are, even though I love these kind of obscure books, there are so many of these heavy hitters that I just haven't touched. And
yeah,
man, I just loved it. I thought it was incredible. So I definitely need to read more Wells.
So I will say what I tell everyone that ever mentions Wells as a time machine. I'm guessing the answer to the question is no, but did you know that there is basically a sequel to The Time Machine?
So I didn't until somebody left a comment on my video telling me about it.
Was it me? It wasn't me, was it?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it was. But yeah, they were very enthusiastic about it.
But they were talking about the Stephen Baxter book?
Yeah, and they were recommending it highly. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Also a great book. I mean, Stephen Baxter's awesome, but The Time Ships is definitely, it's a bit longer, but it is definitely worth a read. It's pretty good, and it's connected, you know. So
yeah, it feels almost heretical though to write a sequel to something so established in the canon of the genre, though, right? That's a brave move.
Yeah, by somebody else. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
But if you do a good job, but if you do it right, then I think it's okay, right? I mean,
yeah. I bought there was a sequel to Data Triffids, and I bought it, had it for a while, and then decided I'm not going to read that, and then got rid of it. But I had it for a while. It was some random person I'd never heard of.
Yeah, there's a few sequels to Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep as well, right?
Yeah. I had them for a while. They're by Jetta, K something Jetta.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, yeah. My wife found 2, 3, and 4 in the charity shop, and she sent me a message. Do you want these? I was like, yeah, right. I had them for a while, and then I just got rid of them.
So your wife has science fiction books in her hands, and she actually asks you the question, "Do you want?"
Yeah, these? And she says I got too many books,
and you threw them to the silverfish, Gareth.
Yeah. I was trying to be harsh because I would have read them eventually. But I was like, no, got to get rid of some books. I've got 3 book boxes over there. It's going to get me 40 quid, hopefully, with the people are going to pick it up. Hopefully, if I get around to doing it.
Shortbread biscuits are fit for 12.
I'm trying to get rid of some.
Nice. I'm not big on the shortbread either. The shortbread biscuits, but for shame, Brian. But
so you gave MJ biscuits you didn't want? Is that what you're saying?
No. Well, I didn't give her the rest of my box. I got her new box. I got them for her because
Someone got you some biscuits. You thought I ain't gonna eat them. I'm gonna send them to MJ.
I
I thought you were a nice
Unbelievable.
guy. I thought you were a nice guy. We were getting along well.
Yeah.
I got her
True
those
you.
because number one, because they were called English, or British. I forget what the box said.
That automatically makes them better. You're right.
That's right. You would agree with that.
I'm not going to wave a flag. I'm not going to do that.
The price of eggs these days, I'm going to have to learn to make shortbread, Brian. Yeah. Are your eggs ridiculous too?
No, they're normal price.
Oh.
They're about for 6 eggs for about £1.10, £1.20 or something.
Oh God.
6 eggs.
The eggs here now, the last 2 times I bought them. Now, granted, this was a dozen and a half. It was $10.50, $10.50 US. So
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
you should make your own eggs, Dave.
I've been trying, but it's not working. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's mental.
Crazy.
Mind you, when I was in New Orleans, when we bought a couple of pints of milk, I couldn't believe how expensive it was.
Yeah.
It was like $6 or something for.
And I mean,
2 pints
it's
of
just
milk.
a matter of days before he tariffs eggs, and so fortunately we make our own eggs, right? So
Yeah,
we don't worry about that. Yeah. But oh my God. I don't know what that's a reference to anymore. Olive, were you sleeping the whole time? What's going on? You want a biscuit? We'll do biscuits soon, and you can have your biscuit.
Don't care.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bit like that, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll wait after the comments. We'll share our biscuits.
Gareth, we're still reading Le Guin's Heinous Cycle, starting January. What is this?
I've read a couple of those.
Yeah, we're talking about starting from the beginning. So that was we didn't have a date or anything, Dave. Don't panic.
No.
But at some point
soon, nobody told me.
We're going to go from the beginning because it was when I was talking about the big box set I've got, and then
I'll do it.
Yeah.
26, I'll do it.
The first one is Rokanan's World.
Heidi, don't forget. Gareth, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me, Heidi. I'll do it.
I think you just triggered Dave. He's just gone mental. Yeah, Rokanan's World, and then the World of Exile, is it? Or no, City of Illusions. Planet of Exile is one of them as well, I think. City of Illusions is the second one. And then it starts going into the famous ones like Dispossessed and Left Hand of Darkness and all those, which I've read. But I haven't actually read City of Illusions or Rokanan's World, so it'd be good to buddy read those.
Have you read The Word for World is Forest?
That was the first one I read. So
yeah, me too. Me too.
Hey, that was when I fell in love with her writing. I think she's amazing.
I think that one's great.
Yeah, there's so much to it, and that was one of the weird things. So Alice, who I don't know if you remember her, but we lost her sadly last year. Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, and Ursula K. Le Guin was someone that we talked about a bit when we met up in London. And she didn't like The World is Forest. And it was so weird. I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, didn't you? How come? Why? It was a bit weird. I didn't know what to say. But yeah. She really likes John Wyndham as well. Do you like John Wyndham, Jack?
Yeah, I've read Triffids and Cuckoos. I don't know why I'm abbreviating those, but I love both of them. So I'm really keen to read more.
So you want to read the lids next? We're abbreviating, Dave. You need to read the lids.
The lids.
Crystals.
Yeah, the lids. There you go. There's the lids.
I read that.
So
nice.
Mine for you Brits. Mine is not called the Chrysalids.
Yeah, but remember he's an English writer, so we've got the correct title.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's the US version called then?
US version is called Rebirth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did. Crystal is obviously a better title. This has been a number of times where I read a book and I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they changed the name.
It's confusing, isn't it? Because if you still Rebirth, you think, oh, I read that.
The US name is always crappier. I don't know why they do that.
Well, there's an American author who I can't remember who it was, or it might be Han Ellison, I don't know, but there's a book like when they changed the name for this market, you think, okay, well, clearly the original title is his title, the American market one. But it does get confusing because you just think, well, have I not read that one? And you have to check that it's not got an alternative title to see if you've read it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Sometimes I wonder if there are IP. I'm an IP lawyer, Jack, so that's why I always wonder about this stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes I wonder if there's IP issues. You know what I mean? Like, because IP issues are always country specific. And so maybe when they're like, if they're taking a book into the US, I can't imagine chrysalids would have been a problem, but sometimes that can be an issue. Like you're going into another country and you can't use the name in that country.
Sure.
Yeah.
If all the way life's too short for boy read. Cat's a fan of DNFing. Please me. No, she would never do that, Cat. Come on. All right, nobody get offended. I'm just trying to go through these quick so we can catch up a little bit. Yeah, Lane. Lane's coming. I'm starting to think like that at 51. Yeah, I'm like, I only got so much time left.
Jack's thinking like that at 21.
I'm 29. 29, so
you're 29. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know the answers to that, Heidi. I'm not sure if Mr. Pringle is still with us. I'll look into it.
We've got to reserve the crisps jokes.
Storygraph's got a name for that. Paused status on your read. Yeah, Goodreads doesn't have that. Have you guys used Storygraph? I'm still stuck in Goodreads.
Yeah, I mean, I added it. I became a member, but I haven't used it because I feel like, just adding another thing you have to.
Yeah, right. I barely use my Goodreads. I don't keep up with that either. So, if I do, I do very quickly. Yeah, well, that's the way to do it, right? If you're going to DNF. The hearing. Thrumpet.
Oh, what's this about the hearing trumpet? Is truly its own thing. Yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't say it's bad. I just feel like I'm probably not in the right frame of mind to read it because I'm not. Yeah. I'm reading it and very objectively going, "That's a funny line," rather than laughing. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not in the right frame of mind.
All right. Yeah, that's my problem, William. Like I get invested, so then I can't DNF because I feel like I'm too invested in it at that point. I don't have to feel like a waste. 10% to get the right together, maybe a bit more. Yeah,
get the right together.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Really at 85% you DNF'd?
Well, I do think sometimes it. Go on, Jack.
No, I was just going to say I said I'd never DNF anything. I DNF something in the last year. One of my friends lent me a Brandon Sanderson book. What's it called? What's his big?
The Way of Kings?
I was going to say, yeah, The Way of Kings. Yeah, I DNF The Way of Kings.
Yeah. Well, that's
I think would upset a lot of fantasy fans because people seem to really like his stuff, but yeah, I just couldn't do it.
I mean, that's different. That's freaking huge, I mean, that's like,
yeah.
That would be 2 months of my life, just that.
Yeah.
This is intriguing me because Heidi is telling me I own these books and I don't know what they are. Can you tell me what they are, Heidi? Because I believe you that I have these books, but Fury of the Gods, and the prior 2 books. I own them?
I don't recognize them. I can't help.
I don't recognize them either. Help me out, Heidi. Dave pretending he wants to read the book.
Pat, look it up. Pat, look it up.
Oh, the naked cats. The naked cats. That's right.
Cat lady.
Look, yeah. Elaine, I was very upfront about the fact that I would buy it just for the cover. Yeah.
You got a thing about women who look like cats, haven't you, Dave?
I might look into that book. If I see it in the wild, I'll definitely pick it up for sure. Did you just find that in the wild, Jack, or?
I think I got that one off of eBay.
Okay.
Was that a wild book or
because of the cover, book? Right? You bought it because of the cover.
It actually came with a postcard as well, which has the same artwork on it. So I've got a postcard too. So I'll send you a postcard across the pond there, Dave.
Oh, is that a penguin book? Is that genuinely? Is that a penguin book?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the 100 postcards of science fiction penguin
Oh, have
thing.
you?
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's the
cool.
one. That's one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I
Black
recognize that.
House by Stephen King, Peter Straub. You guys read that?
I've got it, but I haven't read it yet. I think it's a sequel to the Talisman, isn't it?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to read that first.
Bold, Heidi. That is bold. I would never quit 85% in. You juggled what, Gareth? Oh, that's all the balls. That's how far
700
behind
balls.
you are.
If you watch the video, you can tell I'm really juggling 700 balls. It's really, really clear that I'm juggling 700 balls.
Well, I start a book.
It took me ages to make the video. It's a really stupid video. I was celebrating 700 subs.
Yeah, that's other magic.
Well, I did when I got 400 subs. I did a video on 444 subs. I did a video on all fours, and I was literally, I was just speaking to the camera on all. It's a stupid video.
Now we're all gonna go watch it because I
watch my put in book songs and magic all fours, and you'll be watching. Go, what is he doing?
Oh, Jenny said it's okay as long as all those balls were yours.
Yeah, I was really sore for weeks.
Sci-fi and YouTube get a little too close to the manosphere for me. What?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Like, I was talking in one of my videos the other day about how, a lot of these vintage books, the treatment of female characters is just, really dated, and it's something that's
true.
It will put a lot of female readers off.
Yeah.
So I do totally understand that sort of comment.
It is definitely unusual to have female booktubers go on about vintage science fiction.
Oh yeah.
If they're science fiction fans and they're female, they're probably talking about recent science fiction.
Yeah.
Like Becky Chambers and all that.
Yeah. Did you see it? I'll let you read it. I'm not gonna read it out.
Right. We got Gareth juggling balls. He's on all fours.
Oh, there they go, Gareth. They're off to the races. War of the Worlds is what
my objective is to serve.
Really? I wonder if that's true.
Well,
War of the Worlds inspired the development of rockets?
Well, I think.
Well, some say Ray Bradbury was as well.
You think about Neuromancer,
Jules
by
Verne.
William Gibson, right? I think a lot of the people that developed the internet were reading William Gibson's work early on, so you do get some of those influences creeping through, I think, bleeding over.
Yeah. They famously, you often hear astronauts say that Star Trek made them want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot.
Yeah. That's for you, Gareth. I love Andy Weir's books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I've not
ever talked about that in any of my videos, and I do sort of feel like that's where I would see some pitchforks and torches come out in the
Why? Because it's not vintage?
No.
There's no naked cat ladies on the front.
Yeah, that's what I need for these reads.
That's
No, I don't know. I've not enjoyed his writing. I'll just say that.
Really?
I need to pick up Project Hail Mary again.
Oh, it's well, not according to Jack, but according to me, it's a great book.
I get why people like it. Again, sort of coming back to that, but it's not been something that I've personally enjoyed. But Project Hail Mary's been extremely popular, and they're actually making the film at the moment, aren't they?
I think he's involved. Yeah. Well, it's been going on for a while, but yeah.
See, I thought they did such a crap, and the movie got like crazy accolades, but I thought they did a crap job with the Martian movie.
Wow.
I don't know if that's controversial or not, but
I love that film.
I quite like the film, even though I didn't like the book. So maybe that's an
Yeah.
unusual opinion as well.
See, now here is an example. Martian, I listened to the audiobook.
Oh, I remember you saying this. You really like the audio version.
And that was, although you got to be careful because 2 different people did the audiobooks. So there's 2 different versions. But the one I read, listened to, which I don't know who it was phenomenal. It was a great performance. And then I went and saw the movie, and it was a total disappointment compared to that audiobook.
I think the one thing about The Martian, and obviously we'll move on from Andy Weir in a minute, but I think that with The Martian, it absolutely reeks of personality. There's so much charisma in just the writing itself, I think, in The Martian.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know, and it's obviously it's first person, isn't it? I'm sure it's first person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's obviously
it's written in like is it like journal entries or
yeah
like that, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's like going, you know, well, I'm screwed and all that. You know, there's something about that whole thing that he's good at that. But it could be the thing that Andy Weir's a bit of he's kind of stuck in that style. He has to write about one person in that way, and it's that kind of personality. But he did it well in this first book.
Yeah.
Smoky books.
Smoky books.
Yeah, Jenny, I expect to see loads of really negative comments from you in my videos from now
on. That's it. He's throwing the gauntlet down.
No, we're way behind, Kat. You don't have to start your strategies yet. The boys barely fully catch up.
Yeah,
if that's true. Hey, fellas. Hey, watch all your videos. Well, thanks. That's awesome.
Is that a cine film?
Yeah,
I've seen it for ages. Hello, Phil. Nice one, man. Phil was one of the first people that wanted to be on my Desert Island Flicks series. I brought it back. I brought it back, Phil. If you want to be on it, let me know.
What's that series? Sorry, forgive my ignorance on that.
No, that's all good. So, Sean D. Standfast.
Oh, I know Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a Desert Island book series, and he'd done a bunch of them. I did one of them myself, and after he'd done a load of them, I thought, would it be nice to do a film-based one and call it Desert Island Flicks? And I did 3 of them, and then I got all wrapped up about the fact that I needed to learn how to do thumbnails properly because other people were doing them for me. And I just really got into my own head. And I thought, I can't do any more until I've sorted out thumbnails things. And now I've brought it back because I've managed to solve the thumbnail conundrum. So I've got one on Saturday with Ben from Grammaticus Books.
Yeah.
And I always ask people to send me their list of 10 in case I can, if there's a film I haven't seen, if I can try and watch it before the show. And I've seen all the ones he's picking, and it's going to be a really good show. He's picking some really good films. So so it's going to be good.
If you're ever struggling for a guest, you know, I love films. So
yeah, cool.
Happy to come along.
That'd be great. Yeah. When I did one with say again.
I won't just pick science fiction either.
Yeah, okay. When I did Jack from Spread Book Joy, I just felt like I was talking to myself. It was brilliant. We were just chatting away. It's just like it's brilliant. Yeah.
Margaret said that idiom's not British. The duck's back.
Well, the word idiom.
We're claiming it. No, water off the duck's back.
What does Margaret think it's from?
She says it's not British. She grew up with it, she says.
Like there's a duck in any other country.
Jack, you need to do live celebration chat.
I don't really know how to do this, really. So maybe
we can walk you through it.
Yeah, it's easy.
I need my mentors here to help me out.
There's a duck. There's a duck in the icon, isn't there? It's icon. That's the.
Yeah, it's like, you ever see that? There was this like, what was the movie where it's like squirrel? And
that's up.
It's gonna be a duck squirrel aisle.
Yeah, duck.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, Jack. It's pretty easy.
There's a Marx Brothers film. Which one is it? I think it's Animal Crackers, where they start talking about viaduct, Chico says talks about viaduct, and Groucho keeps going, "Why a duck?" And then he keeps talking about viaduct, and he's going, "Why a duck?" And they're discussing why a duck. It's a stupid bit of it's brilliant. It's classic. And one of the books about the Marx Brothers.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Sorry.
I'm talking about the Marx
William
Brothers. It's not relevant.
Wait, what?
I said it's not relevant. I'm talking about the Marx Brothers. It's not. It's not irrelevant. It's not. There's a line also when he's on trial talks about an elephant. He says that's irrelevant. Groucho says that's irrelevant.
So how do you guys feel about this? So William deletes negative comments.
Ooh.
It
depends.
I wouldn't delete anything. I don't think, even if it was sort of attacking me directly or something. I would just leave it. But I understand that people have different levels of sensitivity towards certain things. So that's just where I am on it. But sorry, Gareth, I cut you off there.
No, I was only going to say, if it's something you can't get out of your head because it's really insulted you or it's bothered you, then I suppose I can understand why someone would just delete the comment. But I've never deleted any comments, but yeah. I can understand why someone might if they can't get out of their head,
I've never deleted a comment. YouTube has deleted the comments, right? But that it viewed as too much, but I haven't deleted any. But I would if somebody got on there, and I'll have set some rules, about comment deletion, which said like if there was ever like a commenter that was being like using hate speech towards somebody else in the comments, like being racist or something like that, then I would delete it.
Would she mind if it was hate speech against cats?
Would you mind if it was hate speech against cats? Would you be right with that? That would be okay, she said.
Cat women. What about ducks?
Yeah, all right. Sorry, just trying to. You guys block mean commentators. Oh, in here or just on the videos? You can on the videos. Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that you choose to put the ones on screen, don't you? So if you see one coming up that's a randomer or someone being horrible to someone, you can just not put it on screen.
Oh, on the live stream, yeah, we can just not put it up.
What is this? Why is it so wrong to iron a shirt? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to have, as an engineer, am I supposed to have some sort of contraption to iron my shirts for me? Like Wallace and Gromit?
And look at this. I mean, this is ironic. I mean, she's older than you, and she's coming down on you for this.
Yeah, she's making a very harsh judgment there about you trying to look smart in your job.
Yeah, no, me and Margaret here, we're off to a good start.
She wants to see you in t-shirts. That's what it is. She's just don't like the whole idea of a shirt.
Yeah. But Heidi, to answer your question, I think it was about, you're probably talking about regular videos. We can set that to the level of like holding comments. So you can set it to like different levels of aggressiveness and whether it will hold inappropriate or potentially inappropriate comment for your review before it'll publish them. I can't be blocked, Heidi. I am my review. Challenge accepted. Oh God, cat. Wait, essays. I'm making videos. The only 12-hour shifts cut into my video. Oh, that's where he's been. Are you able to read, Gareth? You look like you're struggling to read. Should I read them?
No, I can't read very well. I don't know why I keep buying books.
I'm not reading them all out loud because I assume maybe you're like reading them. But
Yeah.
Out loud if
no, if I was clever, I'd get my glasses. But I've got it on the screen as well. But it's a little later on my TV.
Oh,
but it's fine. It's fine. I'll be all right. I'm getting old.
Margaret's never had to delete a negative one. Shalish or manic ADHD on you, Elaine. To get one comment, make an assumption about me, and those are the quickest to get one banned. Next one. Have you heard of that? Knoxwood. I have heard of that, but I forget what it means, Margaret.
Yes, it means it's like what is it? It's like
It's like
I haven't been run over by a car yet. Knock on wood.
Yeah, she's not saying knock on wood. She's talking about she says knocks wood. I think she means something else.
Oh.
Yeah, you knock on wood for good luck, right?
Yeah.
But
because it's like you've worried about it's like unjinxing something, isn't it? You're worried that you jinxed it by saying it. Yeah.
My next live is 3 years. Is my 3-year. Don't stress me out. Oh, when is that, Elaine?
Elaine's going to do a 3-year live stream. Christ, you have to eat in between.
Yeah, I know. Even we don't do 3 years. That's whoo. My animal videos, really?
Oh, really?
That's what I mean. There's just some nasty people out there.
They just said they're going to eat. That's weird.
What's wrong with people? But
yeah,
you've had a year practice with us. I like hearing two men agree to disagree and validate each other's humanity. Oh yeah, they're Brits.
after you. No, after you. No. Yeah, no, I wanted to apologise for liking the book that he didn't like. You know, I'm British.
Let's forget that. Let's take the gloves off.
I love we don't have to
throw tea in your face.
Oh, so they disagreed about Fourth Wing.
What's this about Fourth Wing?
Either of you guys ever going to read that?
No, but it's over there. My wife bought it for herself, and then she's put off because
that's
me and my daughter told her that it was like full of having sex with dragons and stuff, isn't it? Yeah. And then she was like, "I'm not going to read it now." But
you know this book, Jack?
I've seen it kind of popping up here and there, and I know that romantasy is sort of all the rage at the moment, so I assumed it was part of that whole movement. But based on the whole dragons comment that Gareth just put there, maybe I do need to look into it.
Yeah, I've heard it's like 50 Shades of Dragon.
Pretty much. I feel like I got to try it at one point, just because it's such a cultural phenomenon.
Dag nabbit.
Forever. Yes, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on interview after this read through. What does that mean? On
interview with a vampire?
Is that what you're talking about?
Think so.
I've already made my 3rd year special. Hey there, folks. Hey, ghost readers in the sky.
Oh, nice one. Hello.
Looking around. Hey, looking around, saying hi. All sorts of people coming in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Elaine.
How did you guys end up getting together to do this whole show? What's the story there? What's the origin story?
Was it because I started doing? What was it? I did a live stream when I had 1,000 subs. No, 500 subs. 500 subs. And then I got really into it. Started doing them with MJ. We did like a, was it a Christmas one? Dave?
I think
it was around Christmas time that we decided to start doing it, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had come on my 1,000 subscriber live stream, and I had come on one of yours right around then.
Yeah. And we were talking on Voxer, and then I was like, what about if we do this regularly?
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to say, sod off, you twat.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
I'm going to dispute that, Jack. I'm going to dispute that.
Did you suggest it?
I think it was my.
You said twat, not twat, right? That's the key.
Dave reckons it was his idea. I reckon it's my idea. It's probably neither of us. It's probably MJ's idea.
You see, nobody's got the receipts because we both have the cheap versions of a Voxer. So
that's true. That's true. There's no way to prove it.
Nobody's got the receipts from it. Yeah. So, yeah, but it was just probably like a lot of people that do live streams together. We just had chemistry in those first couple things when they were unofficial live streams, and it it was just easy for us, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, just decided why not try making it a regular thing. And it's been working.
It's been working so far. So.
Whoops. What did I do here? Malazan is from D&D. Are you serious? That was
Yeah.
a D&D campaign? No. I don't believe it, Heidi. I need some proof of that. I don't believe it because that's the whole.
Does D&D appeal to you in any way, there, Dave? Is that something you'd ever see yourself
I
getting
like D&D, and I used to play D&D when I was younger. I haven't in some time. I've talked with some friends about trying it again, but
yeah.
And one of the first fantasy series that got me into reading was Dragonlance series. I don't know if you ever hear those, the Dragonlance.
Yeah.
So that I started reading those when I was a teen. That was the 80s, you know, and that was based on a D&D campaign. So I like that stuff. I have a hard time believing. I'm sure Heidi knows what she's talking about, but I have a hard time believing that for Malazan because Malazan's not like a traditional fantasy story. It was kind of like, I mean, Eric's approached Malazan kind of trying to be contrarian to your traditional fantasy, the traditional fantasy formulas and tropes, and
that's a really long series as well, isn't it?
It's a crazy long series. Yeah. Erickson wrote 10 books, all of which are very long. I mean, some of them crazy long. And then his partner in crime wrote a bunch of ancillary books that fill in.
Right.
The main series Erickson did, it's oh my God, I can't even tell you how many crazy amount of pages. I only made it through. People told me, or not me, but I heard this a lot, that you need to be a pretty sophisticated epic fantasy reader to tackle that series.
Right.
I was not, and I decided to tackle it anyway. And then I got a book. I got a book and a half in, and I'm like, yeah, I probably need more experience.
What was it about? Was it kind of, did it have, dozens and dozens of characters and storylines? Is that what you're referring to? Was it that sort of thing that you bounced off of, or?
Yes and yes. Yes and yes.
Okay,
It kind of it's definitely for experienced fantasy readers. It drops you. It's the first book, so it starts media res, it just drops you in the middle of a massive war in this massive world, which everything, like your standard fantasy novel, right, is you meet a young hero and you see his development and stuff. This was not that at all, and that was the point. That was part of Erickson's point, I think, when he did this. It drops you in the middle of this massive war in a massive world with tons of characters, as though you're already supposed to know what's going on. You know what I mean? So you get just thrown in the mix and you kind of just have to figure it out as you go. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think it from my perspective, I'm not a fantasy expert, but it seemed to me that's true. You probably need to have a fair bit of epic fantasy under your belt to then approach this, because this is kind of at another level of complexity.
Sure.
So I tried it because you ever see Mike's book reviews? He's a really big yeah. So when I first started watching a lot of BookTube, I had watched a fair bit of him, and he started a read along for Malazan. So I said, okay, I'll jump on, and I made it. I couldn't keep up. I made it a book and a half, and I had to give up. And I said, I'll come back to it when I'm retired. I'll try again.
What about you, Gareth? Is D&D something you've ever partaken in? Something that appeals to you in any way, or not really?
So I played it a lot when I was a teenager, and lots of other role-playing games. I played it recently for about 6 years with some friends. And then there's a bit of
6 years.
with some up until recently, and I've just like last week started playing a very strange setup that I don't even know if it's going to work. We're some work colleagues, so we're doing an hour a week. We're doing our lunch break an hour a week, and there's 6 players, which is mental. So I think we're gonna get through, like, I don't know. If we go through a campaign in about 6 years, then that would be an achievement probably. If we're doing an hour a week,
Yeah.
It's insane. But I do love D&D. I think it's great. So yeah, I'm a big fan.
What about you, Jack?
I like the idea of it. I tried to play it once with some friends, and we just had difficulty getting everyone in the same room regularly, which I think is probably the struggle for most
That's the hardest,
people.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing. Yeah.
So yeah, it sort of fell apart and fell away. But I had fun while we were doing it. But yeah, just very time consuming. It's a big commitment.
There's the group of people I'm doing at the moment. Half of us have done it before, and half of us have never done it before. So that's kind of, there's a real energy in the room as well. There's some people that have never done it, that are really excited about the idea of doing it. And then we'll say, and they'll go, so how does this work? And they literally don't even know how you're supposed to play it. So it's kind of, it's like, quite exciting from that point of view, because, and there's there was 2 characters, 2 players having a conversation that had never done it before. And it was just, they were just talking to each other, and had nothing to do with the game. It was really funny. We were like, should we get back on the it's really funny. So yeah.
All right, I'm doing so bad. See, that's what I was saying before, Geth. We're literally an hour behind, so let me get up here. Welcome to the community. Fred giving a welcome. Jeff Noon is the writer you need to interview. He saved one of my sentences on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
No, that's cool.
I've got Vert to read by Jeff Noon. It's called Vert.
Stygian Society. That was, how long ago did I talk about that? Margaret also has a story in the Stygian Society.
Okay.
Stygian
I'm going to read Margaret's story, and I'm going to give it a negative review on my channel.
Excellent. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Well, welcome, Ghost Readers in the Sky. Or it can be fun, Margaret. Dark comment.
And actually, I'll probably be gone from this live stream by the time I read her response to
that. No, we're gonna catch up here. Nicole's Obsidian.
We need to talk about our biscuits, but I really want to know what everyone's reading as well. So if you know you're going to go soon, Jack, you have to tell us.
Let me try to go through these real quick. I'll try to. Dark Humor's good. If anybody sees anything they want to stop, tell me. Dave is going to catch up. Yeah, Nicole's was yeah, it wasn't like scary horror. I love Ubik. Nice guy. Goats, adorable. My wife's always talking about baby goats. She wants to get a baby goat because she thinks they're really cute. I'm like, all right, but they turn into real goats. This is like these baby goats on TV.
Get the little pygmy ones that are just that cool, right?
Yeah. They'll catch up. All right, we're getting that. That's when I put in Jack's. I typed it right, didn't I?
That was some time ago, yeah.
Okay, let's see. So Elaine subbed. Excellent. You get some subs tonight. I'm still a Buffalo Hunter. I haven't heard of this. You guys hear this Buffalo Hunter?
That's the new Stephen Graham Jones one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah, it's a couple of people done reviews of it.
I could real quick.
Ollie did one. MJ did one.
I've been so bad. I've been having a hard time keeping up with videos. I've been having a hard time doing videos lately. All right, yay.
BookTube's been my escape from the
Russian
hassle
creature.
at work for me.
Oh, see, I'm actually making some headway. She's getting nervous. Media death call 51.2.
I was wrong then because BookPilled has less than that.
I would have been surprised.
Not BookPilled.
It's not much less. It's not much
Margaret.
less.
Yeah, is he on 30 something? Or
no, he's on like 49. He's on.
Okay,
yeah. He does a lot of hauls.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's good.
I like the fact that because he's very opinionated, but he's also quite humble at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like patronizing reviewers, and he's not, even though he's very articulate and says what he thinks. I like that. It's a nice mix.
I was in the that really awesome used bookshop that I found in Pittsburgh. I'll never get to again because it was Pittsburgh, but it was one of the best used, maybe the best used bookshop that I've ever been in. And Jack, you would have like lost it over the sci-fi section they had down in the basement.
I need a trip to the States.
It was amazing. And but I asked, I always try to take video for the channel when I'm in these shops, and I always ask first. And when I asked the guy and told him I had a booktube channel, he's like, yeah, I watched a Book Pilled. Do you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know him. So they knew
that's cool
about
yeah.
Book Pilled there,
yeah.
Wally, how long ago was that?
Wally.
Toy Story didn't work for me.
Oh my god,
Toy
Story
didn't
work.
What? Come on.
I'm gonna have beef with all of your commenters by the end of this.
Story, yeah.
They're just saying it's be controversial. They don't mean
it. Maybe. Interstellar. Yeah, Interstellar. What do you guys think of Interstellar?
I love it.
Yeah, love it. I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan, so
yeah. I think Interstellar's better the second time as well.
Oh man, the score in that film is just amazing as well. So good.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I look forward to seeing your Desert Island flicks, Jack.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to think about that. Yeah.
When we start, we always say, "What was the last time you went to the cinema?" And I've been to cinema 3 times in the last 2 weeks, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what was the what's the deal with all these movies this week? It's like I thought maybe there's like some special going on. Like
the one tonight was a special. It was a theater, it's a theater show that they were putting out on the cinema. So it was the only night I could go. So that was a bit. And then last night was one of those moments where my wife said she'd come, so I was like, "Yeah, right, let's do it tonight then," because she normally gets tired and doesn't want to go to cinema. So, and she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, "Okay, brilliant." And then the other week was the Bob Dylan one, which I went on my own, which was brilliant. But my film videos don't do very well, so I actually deleted the video I did on the Bob Dylan film because I think 5 people watched it or something.
Why would you delete it though?
Because I just thought it's just like, oh, I get the message, guys. You don't want to watch it. I'll take it off.
Oh, I don't know why you delete it though.
Well, if the universe is telling you a message,
maybe that'll happen with my horror book videos.
So Elaine read the Dr. Moreau Island of Dr. Moreau twice.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great book. So lots of people on BookTube have slagged off The Invisible Man. I think that's a really good book.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't like it anywhere near as much as The Time Machine and The War of the Worlds, but I still liked it.
This is fair enough.
It's in my mind, it's the weakest one out of those 3. But I think the opening is really like visually striking. Just the visuals of him turning up in that. What is it at the beginning? It's like a pub or like a
pub. I think.
Like I've got the visuals of that like really sort of burned into my mind, and that's something that really struck me. So yeah, there are parts I like of it.
Yeah, I think there's a freshness to it. You know, now it's a bit of a cliche, but I think in those days it would have been like, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I think you can see it. And sometimes you can't necessarily. It doesn't really feel like that fresh. But I think there's something about the way he writes that you think this is clearly the first time this has been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gareth, if it's 1 a.m. here, so if we can maybe get to your final segments and then
okay.
I need
we have to go back to the comments. We're going to lose Jack.
I'm going to need to wake up and iron my shirt.
All right. Well, Jack's already told us about his custard creams. So tell us about why you love custard creams.
They were the only biscuits I had in the house, so that's why I picked.
Okay, they're standard.
I've got a real sweet tooth, and I will pretty much eat any sweet treat. So any biscuit really goes for me. I'm not snobby about biscuits. But I don't know if I was going to pick a favorite one. I do think hobnobs are pretty great, chocolate hobnobs. So that's probably where my mind goes in terms of like, if I had those available, that's what I would have brought along. But we settle for the custard creams.
That's cool. Which company is it? Is it
These are Sainsbury's ones.
Sainsbury's ones?
So
Sainsbury's good biscuits.
You got to take it out of the package and show us, and then bite it and show us the middle. And there's
these are going to be very stale. But I'm going to do it for I'm going to
stale custard creams.
There you go. There's a little bit of custardy cream in there.
Yeah.
Is it stale? Is it all right?
It's not stale, but it's weirdly moist. The biscuit is weirdly wet, so I don't know why.
Jack, the girls are gonna go crazy with that now. You got to watch your
weirdly moist.
We'll give you a pass. He's not used to it.
All right. So I'm talking about. I've brought back an old favorite, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Jack if he's ever heard of farmhouse biscuits.
Oh yeah. Oat flips.
Yeah.
Oh, I love oat flips.
Let's
yeah, these are my favorite biscuits, man.
Gareth, where do you even get those? Because I never see them anymore.
Yeah, right. So at Christmas, we oh, there's a spider on my phone. At Christmas, it's buggered off now. We decided to go to Winchester for the Christmas market.
Okay.
Right. So we had a little wander around Winchester. It was quite a nice day. And then we saw this farmer's shop. And we were like, let's go in there. And then, oh my God, there was like a whole rack full of farmhouse biscuits. First time I'd seen farmhouse, this company in a actual shop for years. And we bought loads. And this is the last packet. That was at Christmas. This is the last packet. Yeah, I said to my wife, we need to go back to Winchester.
Yeah, they've got a great texture to them. I love the oat flips.
They are so amazing. So I'll open them up.
I don't think they'll.
These won't be stale. I'll be moist.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Wow.
So this is another reminder of this incredible thing.
Wow.
It looks a bit like a Weetabix, doesn't it?
It does look like a Weetabix. It tastes a lot nicer than Weetabix. But
yeah, we call that a granola bar over here.
No, it's not, because we have granola bars, but that would be. These are a lot sweeter. Granola bars are a bit boring. Yeah, they're too healthy. This is not healthy. This is not healthy. This is like butter and sugar.
Yeah.
Does Olive get a biscuit? Is that part of this segment?
She does. She does. Olive is having she's having her tasty chicken recipe bits.
Nice. Ooh. Chicken recipe bits. Hey, Jack, you jealous?
Those bits aren't moist, are they?
They are moist. They are moist.
Moist.
They're very moist. Whoop. Yeah. In case anybody wants to see them up close, this is what they look like. See, they're like little hearts. See?
Very nice.
Little hearts. Yeah, we got a couple for you. And then Gareth, I am breaking protocol. You break protocol. You break protocol all the time.
You just eating a steak, are you?
No. Steak. Come on now. But I always have original biscuits, original ones that I haven't had before.
Oh, okay,
Today, when I was getting my biscuits, I saw something I hadn't seen in a while that I absolutely loved, so I had to get these. So
this is very exciting.
I've already had these. Dark chocolate honey grams.
Oh.
With sea salt.
Grams.
Wow.
Not grams.
Grams. Oh, that's right. You guys don't have graham crackers. We've covered this too. You've never heard of a graham cracker, right?
I have heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm just pulling you.
Yeah, we are educated, Dave. I've got your back, Jack.
Like?
How would you say the name Craig? Would you say Craig?
Crepe? Is that what you were talking about?
The name, if you saw the name Craig written down, Craig, would you say Craig?
Oh, Craig. We say Craig.
You'd say Craig.
Yeah. Well, how do you say it?
Craig.
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 Yeah. Like how it's spelled.
Graham cracker on the inside there.
What's the review?
Oh, they're excellent. Everybody know they're excellent. That's why I got them. They're delicious. No.
Can I just say, when you and Joe start having a go at me about my language, and I get Jack on board to back me up, can we do that?
Do a 2v2.
Yeah, 2v2.
I'm gonna have to have a second one. So, would you wanted to see what he was reading before he left, right?
Yeah. What are you reading, and what are you going to read, Jack? Have you got anything?
I'm reading The Wanderer, so I've spoken about that a fair amount. But
is that the cat people, for example?
Yeah, the cat people. But what I'm going to read next is something which I think you have read, and I've seen you talk about, Gareth, which is Greatest Hits of Harlan Ellison.
Oh,
there you go. Look at that. That was not pre-planned.
It wasn't pre-planned. I'm going to finish this.
You just had that
in the next couple of weeks because I will need to do. I still haven't done a video on it yet, but I keep. I've read these stories before, Jack, because I've been collecting him all my life. But you're about to read him for the first time.
I've never read any Harlan Ellison, so I'm incredibly excited to get into this.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'd love to know what you think.
So, if there was one story that you think I'm going to resonate most with out of this Greatest Hits collection, is there one that comes to mind?
Well, I'll tell you what my favorite one is. My favorite story of his is "Repent, Harlequin Said to TikTok Man."
I've heard good things about that, and I love the title.
It's an incredible title, and the story's as good as that. Loads of people will rave about "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," which is a good shout. And I'll tell you what, a whimsical but quite a powerful story that I think you will really like is Jeff T is 5.
Okay.
It's about a boy who just stays 5 and people around him grow up and he's always 5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. No, I'm really excited for that one. So I'll be keen to hear your thoughts on it when you do make a video about the greatest hits.
Yeah, it's an interesting book because they chose the stories that had the most awards.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like an objective way of picking his best stories rather than someone choosing them. It's just the ones that got the most awards.
Right.
So A Boy and His Dog is not in it, when that's quite a famous one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up another collection or something to get to that one.
Yeah. That's from Beast That Shouted Love at the Heart of the World.
I can't find that anywhere. That's a really difficult book to find.
Yeah, his stuff is hard to find in this country, so it's just one of those things. If I find it around, I'll send it to you. If I find
that box that you're selling for 40 quid, you got to give me first dibs next time.
Yeah, there's some random stuff in there. There's no Harlan Ellison in there. Don't worry about that. I sent Dave. Did I send you Deathbird stories? You did.
Yeah.
That's in there, isn't it? I recognize the name of that. I think Deathbird.
Yeah, the story Deathbird stories in there.
Yeah. What was the story? There was a story in there about very, very disturbing about the woman getting killed in the apartment courtyard when everybody.
Yeah, the whipping of. The whimper of whipped dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really strong. That's
definitely strong.
That's nasty. The whimper of whipped dogs. Yeah.
Another great name. What a great title.
I know. Yeah. He's a real wordsmith. It's like one of the episodes he wrote of the Twilight Zone was called "Crazy as a Soup Sandwich."
That's good. That is good.
It's well good. Yeah.
Should I show you the couple that you just provoked me to read, Jack, and see if you've read them?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. little preview of the upcoming video, but I read this one. Is everything backwards? Everything's backwards on here, right?
No, not for me. The Empire of Time.
The Empire of Time.
Warford Killian. No, I've not heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
This is a time traveling subway car.
Nice.
What are they sitting in front of the car there? What's that sitting in front of the car?
These guys never get explained. Those little yeah, they're like sort of weird lion-y kind of creatures, right? But yeah, but it's actually not. It actually is like kind of an alternate universe hopping thing. So it goes to other time periods. So it goes to other time periods, but in other parallel universes. So like they're trying to figure out like a couple of the universes they went to future times in a couple other universes where a disaster like destroyed everything. So they're trying to like figure it out. So there's an agent that's trying to figure it out, but there's some politics involved and stuff. Okay. It was okay.
I do love it when the cover's got nothing to do with the book.
Yeah, you're scratching that obscurity.
Yeah, it's great. Not the creatures, but the subway. That part's accurate. The time traveling subway car going through the portal. That happens in the book. You know, just
not the weird blue lions.
Not the weird blue guys. I don't know what that's about. Then I read this one. This is not as vintage, but this is Heads by Greg Bear.
Oh.
Haven't read that one or heard of it, but I have read some other Greg Bear stuff, and I found them to be quite good. So, yeah. What are your thoughts?
This has like a dual plot in it. It was like it's in the future, and it's like what do they call it? The triple or whatever. So there's like the Earth. So there's things are run by like these massive, huge, multi-generational families. And there's like the moon families and the Earth families and the whatever family. And so there's this one family, and they kind of like have a dual project. They've got this place on the moon that they're trying to reach like absolute zero. And then, but also like one of the family members acquires these old cryogenically frozen heads, and they want to try to reanimate those.
That sounds cool. That sounds like a scene out of Prometheus, if you've seen Prometheus.
Yeah.
So the idea was cooler than the execution. Again, there was some politics involved. It was okay, Yeah. I am currently a good way through this one, which is definitely my favorite so far. Seahorse in the Sky. I think this was more popular, by Edmund Cooper. Have you heard of this?
Oh.
No, no. You really. I can't wait for this video, Dave. I'm going to be the first one there.
This one I'm digging. This one is
okay.
This one I still have a little more than halfway through, but this one, there's a group of people. They were on a flight from like Zurich to London. And the story starts out with them, just like some of them that were on this plane, they just wake up in these like little coffins in the middle of a street. And the only thing it's just the street. It's one street with a hotel on one side and a supermarket on the other side. And that's it. There's just like wilderness on the other side. There's just this one street, like just there in the middle of nowhere. They don't know where they are. And so they can stay in the hotel and the supermarket, like the food mysteriously gets replenished. They don't know how. And so I won't go any further than that. But there's cool. Obviously
intrigued me.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Very Twilight Zone, isn't it?
I picked it up because when I read the jacket, it reminded me so much of the show called Persons Unknown. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing. These people, I mean, it's very, very similar. I wonder if this book influenced it because it's so similar. These people wake up in this town that's empty. And it's just like wilderness. And so there's nothing around it. And it's just this town, and they got this hotel, and across the street, it's not a supermarket, but there's a Chinese restaurant with a Chinese family that are running the restaurant. So they will feed them, but they can't speak to them because they don't speak English. So they can't ask them any questions. They can't get any information out of them, but they can go over there and get food. So it's like, like almost identical to the plot of this thing. So I have a hard time believing they're not.
Oh, great stuff.
Influence that.
I think Edmund Cooper was Lee Brackett's husband, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't know.
I think so.
Oh.
When was that written?
The name is ringing some bells, even if the title of that book isn't.
Yeah.
69.
Yeah, I think that might be Lee Brackett's husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Digging it.
That's cool. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that one for sure.
Yeah.
So one thing to give a shout out to this project I'm doing with Greg, the complete short stories of J.G. Ballard. So we're 4 stories in, and I haven't got to any mind-blowing ones yet, but I know there are some because I've read some before. But these are like his earliest ones because it starts chronologically, you know.
That's a thick book.
Yeah. This is part 1, so I've got 2 that this thick. He's got them all in 1 volume. So his one's massive. Greg's one's massive. But yeah, it's a quite an intriguing project because they're not the best stories because it's going to be every story. But now and again, we'll come across one that's going to be like amazing.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure.
So yeah.
No,
it's nice when you got a book of all of them.
I've only read The Drowned World by Ballard, and I thought it was really good, and I thought his writing was really good. So
yeah,
I definitely want to read some more Ballard. I think I probably want to go to Crash next, but I think that's going to be quite extreme. I've seen the film. So I think that's a fairly faithful adaptation, but
yeah. So you know what to expect.
I think it's a bit more visceral in the book from what I've heard.
I really want to read the High Rise. Did you read that one, Gareth?
I think that's my highest rated book review video.
Really?
I think it's in the 800s, I think, or the 700s.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I did a review of it. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Really intense and ultimately like a political allegorical thing about rich and poor. But yeah, fantastic book.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I might take the opportunity here to dip out. Will you keep going after I've left?
Yeah. Well, we got to at least get through all our comments and stuff.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll watch the stream back and look at all of the comments that I've managed to avoid after I've started all these beefs with all these new channels. But just want to say thank you very much for having me. It was a really good time. I've enjoyed the chat, and I'd be happy to do it again at some point in the future if you guys are up for
awesome.
it.
Yeah, you definitely come on again. We can start a little earlier next time.
Yeah.
This was great having you on.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. That's been awesome.
All right, guys.
And I'll get you on Desert Island Flicks as well at some point.
Oh yeah, I'll be thinking about my list. Don't worry. All right, cheers, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
All right, should we try to catch up here?
Let's go back to comments. Yeah.
I
might, have I got it?
The Goblin King. Wait, don't take the Goblin King from me, Cat. I kind of lost where we were here. He was in.
I'm gonna read the comments on here.
What do you got there?
In my iPad.
Oh, so Ice loves the shortbread cookies, biscuits.
Oh no, it's still gonna be.
Look at Ice being all politically correct here. Cookies / biscuits.
He's been respectful. I love it.
$7 for 6 eggs. Is that right, Kat? That sounds
$7. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Chrysalids awesome read. Same title here. Oh, in Canada, it's Chrysalids. Yeah.
The lids.
Yeah. I definitely am going to be reading more of Wyndham for sure.
Yeah.
I know you've read a lot of Wyndham, but I mean, I did really enjoy Chrysalids. I think it was one of those ones, though, just from everything that you hear, I was expecting it to be phenomenal. And I guess I didn't think it was phenomenal. I just thought it was good, you know. So
Well, I think he's got quite a gentle style.
Mhm.
So I think that's why. I don't know. I like the way he writes. I suppose. I think he's got a very curious mind. I think he develops ideas really well.
Yeah.
You know, I was shocked by how good Trouble with Lycan was,
I
because
don't know.
I thought that was going to be a little bit of like a lesser book, because nobody talks about that one really.
Mhm.
And I thought it really explored the idea of when they discover this plant or uses of the plant that can extend your life by 150 years or something, or 200 years, and what that the effect it had on society was really, really interesting. You know, who gets the luxury of having an extended life? Should it be royalty? Should it be the
Right.
scientists? Should it be, should be a lottery? And it's really interesting.
Let's get a black market egg dealer. So go back to making cookies. I know, it's just crazy. Yeah, use applesauce. There you go. David's Night Laura. I wonder why he hasn't told all the writers this. Yeah, maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. It's not a secret. I've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
For some cookies, but I feel like it will affect the taste too much. The applesauce?
Yeah, probably make everything taste like apple, wouldn't it?
Well, no, till you try. That's true.
True.
That's why you should switch. I'm not sure what. Let's see. Attached to my to the Goodreads. To the
Oh yeah.
story graph from Goodreads. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, probably.
Attach my Kindle. That's true. How does Heidi know what you have better than you, Dave? I don't know. Heidi didn't mention it. I don't know what books. The Bloodsworn Saga, Dave.
The Bloodsworn Saga. I think you need to know the author, don't you, for it to ring a bell?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, Shadow of the Gods, Hunger.
Oh, Hunger of the Gods. Oh, yeah, that's
John Gwynne. Yeah,
John Gwynne. Yeah,
I don't have the whole series. I have I thought I only had the first one actually, but yeah, okay, yeah. I've heard
John Gwynne.
I've heard it's good.
They're quite chunky, aren't they? Those books.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're crazy, but yeah, they're thick. Wasn't a cover by like Fenn always does. Heidi DNF'd Way of Kings.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do.
And they do not read anything but him. It's hard to read anything but him, the way he puts them out.
Yeah, I really like the first. I didn't want to say it and like divert the conversation a bit, but I like the only Brandon Sanderson one I read, the first Mistborn. I really like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Toss Kindle while you're at it, Kat. Gwynn's books have some great covers, in all fairness.
Yeah, they do.
Have you read any Gwynn?
No, but I've seen the books, and I've been. I wouldn't say I've been tempted yet, because they're such. They feel like big commitments. Those big fantasy series. I bought the first book of the Dwarves series. Have you seen those? Like, it's just called the Dwarves, the first one, I think. And I didn't keep it for long. I found it in a second-hand shop. I'll read them, and I thought I'm not going to read them, so I just got rid of it again. It just feels like there's such a big commitment.
By Gwynn?
No, I can't remember who it's by, but it's like an epic fantasy kind of battle-based war kind of series about dwarves. I can't remember who the author was.
Margaret's okay. An hour and a half later, done with working on images and posts for freelance work while listening. Smeagol.
It's free.
Tells men need to read it. 1,000 freebie books on it. One day I'll read all of them. Huh. This freebies, I realized I wasn't reading them. Yeah. I used to do that. Dave, you pick up Shadow of the Gods and Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne, which I really love. But the third final book was good, so just stop at the second book. Huh. Okay. So you get enough closure, huh? After those?
Yeah.
funeral. They don't have time to read them and up until myself can actually make out the letters.
Hey, oh, well done. Just past fun. I remember you posted about that, I think. Yeah, go watch my all fours video. I think it might have been before we met, wasn't it, Dave?
Probably. I don't remember that one. It's a serve. I wouldn't have guessed it with all the parking orders tonight. Could be why I'm not a 500. The Instagram video was hilarious and Jenny helped. Third Gwyn book was not good. I DNF Project Hail Mary. This comment will be read 45 minutes later. I agree with you, Dave, on Weir's books and the Martian movie. Well, thank you, Ice. Oh my God, 50 minutes behind the chat. Never can. That's so bad. That's so bad. I've sadly read many books that didn't live up to the movie. I was shocked.
Oh, that's interesting. Usually it's the other way around, isn't it?
That's not a record, Margaret, I don't think. Maybe. We were an hour behind before. Go hunt down your car. Sure, Pat has stats on how far behind we've gotten. Probably.
It's just great when we don't know what the comments mean because it's so long ago. They're the best ones.
That is half the fun. Books are fun to watch. I love Sean's reaction to my picks. Up.
Oh, what? That's Jenny was talking about the Desert Island picks, I think. Yeah.
Up was a good movie. Great movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Up was fantastic.
That was amazing. I bet the Marx Brothers would have appreciated the All Fours video.
Yeah, Harpo would have loved it.
Oops, what happened here? And I'm sitting on your porch because I love you. Do you get that reference?
That's Up, isn't it?
True, I need one of those translators for my fur balls. It's pretty obvious on their own. I'm a little lost with these because we're so far behind.
Did you ever watch, or do you watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I love Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I love Rick and Morty.
Did you love the one where, because actually it looks like Olive, the one where they have the highly intelligent dog. Snowball, is it? Snow something. It's a dog that looks like Olive, isn't it? And it becomes really intelligent. It's a fantastic episode. It's completely mad, like they all are. But
I haven't seen all. Like there's a last season there that I haven't seen all.
Oh, it's in the first season. It's like episode 3 or 4. It's quite an early one. And the dog becomes highly intelligent and starts like running the house and stuff. And
I might just go restart it.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets so complicated. It gets like
Yes,
so complex. It gets hard to follow everything, you know?
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so good. I had a response deleted because someone tried to insult me and I ticked him off pretending it was a compliment.
That's good.
Good for you. Let's try to go through these quick for you. Shame on you, no cat hate comments. Next time I'm going to be better. Next time I'll be better. I'll make sure I keep up. You know who's good at it? Greg is really good at keeping up. I don't know how he does it, but he's very good about keeping. He never gets far behind.
No.
You get to go to the bathroom, Jenny. I have to beat the board down and fight over that.
But when we tried to be more conscious of that when Dia was on, and we were practically ignoring her. So I stopped looking at the comments because we weren't chatting.
Are we?
Yeah. So I think it's a balance, isn't it?
Same thing, though. Like, what discussion? Forget cries, literally punching, assuming nobody's racing me, and halfway in before I can close the door anyway. You have to eat in between. Oh, the 3-year live stream.
Well, that wasn't that long ago. I think you're catching up.
No, are we? You should have just left it as confused them, Margaret. That's right. It'll still confuse them. Sex and the Dragons. All right. Thanks, guys, for the creeps after telling them come up with something more original at their next cult meeting. Oh, I can't believe they're insulting all the animals on you, Cat. That's not right.
No, it's crazy.
I don't care if you insult me, but don't insult the animals.
Yeah.
Oh, so they did a buddy read of Interview with the Vampire. Okay. Book a month of the series. Oh, okay. Part of the whole movie. Mm-hmm. Dave, I read it because everyone's talking about it. Is everyone talking about it lately?
What, Interview with the Vampire?
Yeah,
I think there was a little bit of a burst of conversation about it.
Have anything to do with the show? Because there's that shows, or
I don't know. Nosferatu just came out, and they're talking about Buffy coming back. Maybe vampires are on people's minds.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that Nosferatu. I have to.
I know. I'm gutted. I missed it in the cinema. I really wanted to see it in the cinema. There's a horror film coming out that looks really good. I just saw a trailer of it.
Which one?
Called Sinners.
I haven't heard of this.
It looks like it's a historical drama, like looks like it's set on a plantation, just judging from the trailer, and it looks like it might have a bit of a kind of racial kind of edge to it.
Oh.
It looks really interesting from the trailer. Intriguing. By the director of Black Panther and Creed.
Oh. I don't think I've seen the commercials for that.
Yeah.
Or as you would call it, the adverts for that.
Yeah. Sinners is called.
Jenny refuses to start Fourth Wing as I'll have to read them all, and now I'm going to hate it. Yeah, apparently, according to my daughter's been reading them. Apparently, she really liked the first one. The next two are not as great, all right. She said. Yeah, Margaret's gone by now by the time we get to this. Fun with dinner. Gareth and Dave love at first chat. Oh, that's when we were talking about how we started. Love at first chat. Disappeared. Is he going to pop up at Jack's? Did I disappear? Oh, maybe that was when I froze for a second.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, Heidi talking about getting back to the Malazan. Malazan Book of the Fallen originated as a backdrop for a GURPS role-playing campaign in the early 1980s.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look into this. I love that Dave was just talking about moving his lips. Was I?
Was you?
I don't remember.
I disappeared for a moment at this point.
I was talking without moving my lips.
Oh, okay, you must have frozen.
Oh, because I froze. I thought I was talking about moving my lips. I can give you guys lots of lip action if you want. All right, that creeped even me out. I played D&D based games.
Now there's 40 people watching the stream now.
Wow, the numbers just went crazy. I played D&D games and read a bit, but I've never heard of Malazan. Yeah, it's an epic series, Kat.
I was going to say, when you were talking about that, I was going to ask Jack about the Gene Wolfe series, Shadow of the Torturer, because I think that's got that kind of complexity as well.
Okay.
But then he asked me if I played D&D, so we went down that road instead.
Yes, I tried. Gardens of the Moon was also a screenplay first. This all sounds crazy to me.
Well, I didn't know that.
I thought my internet was just messing up again when he turned into a ventriloquist. Kind of intimidates me, but I'm looking forward to getting into it eventually. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to it eventually. I'll have to start over. How huge is it? Heidi recently finished Gardens of the Moon. Is very similar to Glenn Cook's The Black Company, but not as whimsical. There you go. 10 books and all are over 800 pages and pretty intense and dense from what I've heard. That is correct, at least from what I read. Too much of a commitment for me. I'll stick to my action urban fantasy. Yeah, it is a serious commitment. You hear all these stories about like people like try multiple times, like they're on their third try because the first time they only got like a couple books in, then they got like 6 books in, and they keep restarting and trying to give it another go, and it's apparently a bear to get through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I
just don't want to work that hard when I'm reading.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely work. I mean, it was good. What I read was good, but it's definitely work. I won't get to hear this, but does Garrett have the honor of
What? Garrett have the honor of being?
I don't know what that means. I was just laughing at the first part.
Lig Gen Meta Leak.
I don't know what that means.
Lib Gen Meta Leak.
We are, Jenny. I mean, Kat, we're gonna do it. I'm mixing you two up. You guys are the same. Pygmy goats, they wear PJs and hop around. Oh, Dave flew by my comment for Gareth, alive in July. Oh, did I miss it? I'm sorry. I think he's challenging us to spam, Jenny. No! Oh, there they go.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, that was Elaine has asked me to appear on her channel after she's read the book. That's what Elaine was talking about.
Oh my god, I couldn't even. What does it say? Read.
This.
Oh, read this.
Read
this. She did it.
She's off.
Book Pilled is 49.4K subscribers, so they're close.
Yeah, that's pretty good going because obviously he just stands there and looks a little. I mean, I think Moid is one of those people that has built up a community through Discord, so it kind of makes more sense that he's got a lot as well. You know, he was using Discord before us lot were.
Yeah. Wraith. Oh, Cat. Had never heard of either channel.
Well, they're sci-fi people, aren't they?
Yeah, that's not really Margaret's bag.
No.
I'm getting all excited. Sweet. Stay awake for the whole movie. Who?
Is that Rival? No. Rival? Or was that when I was talking about Doctor Strangelove?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Don't be cowed, Karen. I'd have like 6. Yeah. How come you delete a video that doesn't do well?
Because I think I was already half imagining that would happen because I've just got a really bad history of my film related videos doing badly, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to put it up, and I just thought I'm just talking to myself, and that's not why I had a channel. So I thought if there's no reaction at all, you know, I just sort of sit there. So, you know, if there's some react, I mean, I've got the last couple I haven't done that well, but there's still some. There's some traffic. They're in their 50s, I think, maybe. It's like, okay, I'll leave them up. But it was really low with this other one. I just thought there was no point. You know.
Yeah, you're not here anymore, Margaret, I don't think. But yes, it's a different one from the Ralph Ellis. There's a H.G. Wells Invisible Man.
It's before the Ralph Ellison one, isn't
it? Yeah. My video count would be way down if I deleted the small view videos.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Where Jenny, I'll get around to the belly dance tag. Yeah, and you're getting tagged. Better look through your closet. I got to do the belly dance tag. What do you think? You think that'll get a lot of views, Garrett?
Yeah, they'll love it. Yeah,
probably be like, they'll go viral. Be like, your biggest view.
Yeah, just post the video you sent to me. That was great.
Oh my god! Ciao, ciao. Moist biscuits require. We'll pause, come back to watch you on 2 times. Is there a normal moist? What constitutes weird? That's
Weirdly
a good
moist.
question, Kat. That's a very good question. Everybody's saying bye. They're dry. Somebody did something wrong.
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to share with the class?
That might have been. I think it was when I was eating my biscuit.
We don't need to know why Gareth is moist. Oh, I think that we do, Elaine. I think that we definitely do. Whoop, let's say dinner's ready. Get them for me, Jenny. Oh, I can't have chocolate. No, she can't. There's no E in Craig, Dave. Craig.
Yeah,
Craig, that would be with an E? Craig? I don't know.
I love that it came out of the blue. He was expecting you to say it funny, and you did.
Oh, Jenny's heading out. Or headed out. 6:30.
Oh, Jenny's gone.
Care Jenny, nice to meet you, Jack. Up was about squirrel.
Well, there was a few mentions of a squirrel.
Yeah, it's like squirrel.
Yeah.
No fourth wing. Interview. Kat and I buddy read the series. The interview with the vampire. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Did I just come back to? It's funny how we come on the whole sequence of leaving, eating dinner, coming back.
Come back. Yeah.
All right, and your sexy socks. My twin leave? Yeah, she left. Jenny gone sleep before work. Oh, wait a second. Holy cow. Wow, that last bit, so we caught up pretty quick. Oh, belated night.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, we're caught up. Oh, John's here. How's it going, guys?
Hi, John.
Just checking in. Hey, John. Good timing. We just caught up to the comments. We were an hour behind a little bit ago. So we just caught up. Thanks for popping in. Our guest is gone, though, John. We missed we had Jack from Sci-Fi Finds, but he had to go because it's pretty late over there, but we'll have him back on.
Yeah, it's a very fluid conversation. It was lovely.
Yeah, and we didn't even get to talk too much sci-fi yet, so we definitely going to have him come back.
Yeah, we guys to have some set questions we think about, like what got you into sci-fi, what your favorite authors, that kind of. I said to him, "What's if someone said to you, name your favorite science fiction book without thinking about it? What would be your first thought?" I thought that'd be interesting for him to answer.
Yeah. What's your answer?
Well, I've thought quite a lot about what my favorite book is now, and now I know that in my head it's Flowers for Algernon.
That's not sci-fi, though.
Yes, it is.
Flowers for Algernon? Oh,
yes, it is.
I was thinking Flowers in the Attic.
I'm like, what do you think
I have yet to read Flowers for Algernon. Yeah.
Oh, it's so brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Children of Time's up there. That's in my top 3.
I was just gonna say, I think that would maybe be mine.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true. That wouldn't be mine. Evolution would be mine.
Yeah, which I have now.
Yeah. Yeah. You have that shitty copy. I gotta get you a different one. But yeah.
We got to find a way in New York of going into a shop together to look around the bookshelves together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because we talked about having a meal or something, but it'd be nice to shop as well. The question
is, how much time do you have, though? That's the thing. We go into a bookshop, we could be in there for forever.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We got 2 or 3 hours together, I think, by the sound of it.
Yeah. It depends what kind of shop you want to go to. It also depends where we are, right? Because New York City's a big place, so it can take a long time to walk from one part to another.
True.
But there's a couple, like it depends what you want to see. Like the Strand, like if you just want to see a big multi-floor, like the Strand is like famous because it's multiple floors. They got new books, old books. The graphic novel section alone is like
let's go down there.
Humongous, you know what I mean? So that's just unusual because of how big it is and how much they have there. But is
there a TJ Maxx near it?
I'll have to check. I'll look into it. That's where your wife's going, TJ Maxx?
That's where she's going when we go book shopping.
Okay. I mean, there's a million clothing stores on every street. There's clothing stores, but if she wants TJ Maxx specifically, we'll have to check. But there's other stuff, like depends what kind of bookstore you're looking for, because like there's a famous one called Argosy, right? It's not humongous, but that's like the bookstore itself is like art. You know what I mean? Like when you go into the bookstore, it's like there's like all this like really like the bookstore looks, and it's got a couple floors too, but it's like it looks like an old library almost. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to explain, but it's like I did a video when we were in there. I could send you the link and you can kind of get a peek of what it's like in there. It's that's just like, the Strand's just not like that. It's just a massive place. There's nothing artistic about the place. That it's just cool because there's a million. But Argosy, there's not as many books. It's not as big, but like just the place is artistic. You know what I mean? Like,
have you ever been
a lot of old stuff, on like old looking decor and everything. And have
you ever been to the last bookstore in LA? No,
my daughter went there and brought me back a shirt that unfortunately didn't fit. It was too small for me, but
I lost my shirt I bought there. I'm so gutted because I loved it. It was like LA written as like skeletal hands.
Wait, when were you
really
in LA?
Cool. 2018.
Oh, okay. So what do you think of that place? Pretty cool, right?
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. There's a video on the Beamers channel of us in LA. It's a really funny video. It's us pissing about on the plane at first, and then it's just us just messing around in LA. It's really cool. When we go to Beverly Hills, because we went to see Oingo Boingo, and they were playing in Beverly Hills. And when we went in Beverly Hills, there's a moment in the video where the three of us are singing Axel F to the video.
Oh,
So there's all sorts of stuff like that.
I'll have to go check that out.
It's a fun video.
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, I've been to LA a number of times over the years, but it's been a while since I've been there, and I didn't know about the last bookstore the times that I was there. Those was years ago, We
also went to the Bradbury building where they filmed Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's a bit in that video where I'm in the Bradbury building and I do the last speech that Rutger Hauer does about Tears in the Rain. I recite that speech as well.
Huh. Okay. Lol, y'all being nice to the guests. I don't think they've ever caught up before. Childhood's End is my fave sci-fi. Fave? Really?
Oh, okay. I like Childhood's End.
Yeah, I liked it. It's not anywhere close to my favorite, but I liked it. Yeah.
Might be just science fiction. It might be in my top 30, I guess.
Yeah.
YouTube
book shopping. You say that like you have your top 30 off the top of your head. You probably do.
Well, I like doing lists.
You two book shopping together. That's going to be epic. Hey, maybe we'll live stream it. We're going to have to post the day and time. And if anybody wants to, we might do an impromptu live, or not impromptu, maybe even a scheduled live stream. What to see? John says, I was there for the guest. It just took that long for my comment to come. If you're coming to New York, just let me know. Yeah, Gareth's got a big trip planned.
Well, I tell you what, they're now saying on the news the British people shouldn't go to America. So I don't know what that's about. Whether there's like worries about like what might happen on the airport or on the plane or when you get there. I don't know. But I really hope it doesn't get worse as far as that sort of thing goes. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We've only got a couple of months, and then they'll be there because it's the end of May, isn't it? So not long.
We might have martial law by then.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Crazy.
I'm not even joking about that. So
yeah,
it's May. The end of May is a long time from now, based on everything that's happening here. I'm not even making jokes when I say that.
Yeah. But well, in a week's time, what date is it now? 20. In about 10 days' time, I'll be in Croatia.
Yeah. What a world traveler you are, man.
Well, I am this year. It's quite cool. Because in August, we're going to Italy again as well. So that's really cool, isn't it?
Man. Wow.
Wish
I could live this amazing jet-setting life that you live.
Italy's only 2 hours away for us, so
yeah, that's true.
You know, it's a lot easier.
My wife. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was only going to say Dubrovnik's a similar kind of thing. I think it's only a couple of hours, 3 hours maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not long.
My wife, our plan was to do. We we've always really wanted to go see Venice.
Yeah.
So our plan was actually to go for our 25th anniversary. Which is this year, but we had to put it all. It's just with everything going on with life, we can't do it right now. So we had to put it off. So we will do it, but we're going to do it late. So I'm not sure when we're going to go, but we're definitely going to go.
That's on our radar as well. But my wife's been to Venice a couple of times before, but I've never been. And we've said we are going to make a beeline for that. We also want to go to Cuba, so that's something that we might do.
Cuba.
Cuba, yeah, we've talked about that all the time we've been together, going to Cuba. I really love Cuban music, so you know. Have you ever wanted to go to Cuba?
Sorry?
Have you ever wanted to go to Cuba?
No.
Yeah.
Not particularly. War of the Worlds. Right. I'm not sure where that comes from.
We'll see you in Venice.
Worried? Are you being detained and sent back because you said you didn't like the Orange Menace?
Yeah. I don't think they care what I say about that really necessarily, but just in general.
It's about having your paperwork in order, getting detained. Croatia looks beautiful and too sunny for redheads. Gareth, it's not even safe for citizens now. Plus, why give this administration your tourist dollars? Speaking as America, yeah, apparently it's just killing tourism to America too.
I mean, yeah, well, the thing is, I mean, that's the irony, isn't it? That obviously you book these things well in advance, don't you? We booked our New York trip before he got in, so we didn't know that. You know, certainly didn't think he was going to get in. But even if he did get in, we didn't know he was going to cause so much chaos straight away. So
yeah.
You know, we would have waited, I suppose. If we didn't know.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's if you get trapped here, watch, that'll end up happening. You'll end up having to live with us for like 6 months or something because you'll be stuck here. You won't be able to get out. We'll end up hiding. We'll have to hide you guys down in we have a furnished basement, extra bed, everything. We'll have to hide you guys down there.
I tell you what, my first thought is my first years would need me to help them finish their year. That's my first thought. That my first years would need me teaching them at the end in June and July. Christ, I've got a responsible job.
Oh, look at you traveling the world, and I don't even have time to visit neighboring states. Right? Bummer you can't travel right now, Dave. Yeah, it stinks.
Yeah, you got loads going on, man.
You know. Maybe,
but hopefully that'll change though, won't it? Do you reckon in about 6 months you might be in a different position?
Yeah, we're not going to go in 6 months because she's a teacher, you know. So
yeah. I just mean like with everything happening at the minute.
Yeah. I mean, like everything will be different next year. So you know, hopefully we'll be able to do it next year. but we'll see. We will see.
I can only go out. I can only go on holiday certain times because I'm a teacher. I can't take time off when I'm supposed to be teaching.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can only go in April and May and August.
And October. There's one week in October I can go.
When does the session end?
What when we have the summer?
Yeah.
So we usually break up around because we break up earlier than the schools. So we break up around 16th of July, and then we go back around the 20th of August.
Yeah. So how are you doing these? How are you doing these vacations now in April?
Because we get half terms where we get like a week off, and now and again. So like each time if they're kind of 6-week chunks, really.
Yeah.
And I'm just filling the gaps. There's a little gap. We go, let's go away for a few days. Because Croatia we're only away for 4 days when we go to Croatia. But I'm going with my mate who I work with, so that's quite cool. I've never been on holiday with him, so it should be quite a laugh. It's only me and him.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know how those will turn out. Sometimes
it's true.
Sometimes you're like you learn you're not good travel partners, right?
It's true. Yeah, it's true. It'll be interesting.
All doing the best we can one day at a time. Yep. I have vacation 1 week. Back to Texas. Go. All right, Ice. Traveling books and chatting with around the world folks. He's the world traveler, Cat. Have my action there.
I didn't used to be. I've just realised that I quite enjoy it, and I want to try and do it while I can, sort of thing. I won't be able to have my job forever because every year they threaten to get rid of my course, and so while I'm teaching.
Oh, talk about motivation.
Yeah. Make the most of it,
man. So like every year you're worried about it?
Yeah, and my numbers as well. So I if my numbers went down, I think I'm okay for next year. But if my numbers go down, then my wages go down because I'd have less classes. So it's always a risk every year. During an enrollment period, I'm always panicking. But once it's settled and I know what classes I've got, I can relax a bit. But it's always hectic. Right. And I've not, my course, I'm teaching music and it's not music A level, it's a music B Tech. So some people would think that's not necessary. If I was teaching English or I was teaching maths or sciences, then you're more secure, aren't you? Some of the schools have stopped teaching music in the schools because about how long ago? About 15 years ago, the Tories were trying to stop loads of schools from like the art subjects like art and music and drama. It was a proper thing. It's crazy.
Well, we got anything else? So we're on we're right at 3 hours now.
We're at that
I know
point.
It's getting late for you there. You got anything else we need to talk about? Or should talk about, or
I'll tell you what, Mike. I'll be curious to know who the people. Have we still got people in the chat? How many have we got in the chat?
13.
13. Because I am going to hopefully read this next month.
Oh, I'll read that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I'll read it with you. It's been sitting there. It's been sitting there for 4 years.
Oh, well, I have to read this because this is the one I'm picking for the Ben Reads Good challenge.
Okay, yes. When are we going to start?
So I can start this. It's got to be in April. Okay. But I can start it like in a few days, actually. Yeah, I can start it. This could be my first April book.
Okay. All right, just tell me when you want to start. I'll start.
I've never read anything by her. I don't know what to expect. So Piranesi, everyone loves it, don't they?
Yeah, it seems like it.
So yeah, that'd be cool. So I'm going to try and I'm sure I will finish this, and I feel a little lukewarm with it. But I'm going to finish that, and I'm going to finish this, which I love. I love this book, so I'm going to finish this anyway. You see that Swords Against Death. So I'm going to finish that, and then hopefully, what are we now? So that will take me a few days, and then I'll start this.
Okay. Oh, I think we have another taker here. Wait, Elaine is all right. Thanks, Elaine.
Thanks, Elaine.
Constance is here.
Thanks, Constance.
Great show. You guys have a good night. Okay, see you, Ice.
Thanks, Ice.
And Constance is going to join. She will too.
Oh, brilliant!
That's awesome.
If anyone wants to join us for this,
who else?
I mean,
Anybody else?
Yeah. Anybody else? Going. Jonathan Strange. Yeah, that's the big one that she wrote.
Yeah, that's a lot thicker.
Yeah. This is actually shorter than I expected. It's got quite big type as well, so it might not be that long a read. But I think it's quite densely written, though. I think it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but I think so.
Anybody else in on this?
Yeah.
Come on.
Any more takers?
Nobody yet. People are thinking
about
it.
I do like the fact that, because I wasn't enjoying not reading. Well, it was really nice to read that Lee Brackett book so quickly, because I just felt like, why is this not happening? And I just couldn't motivate myself to pick up a book.
Yeah.
So that was really nice when that started clicking into place again. So I'm quite confident I'm going to get these done. And the project with Greg is cool. So, and actually, I think the short story for next week is one of his famous ones. So that would probably be one of the really good ones.
When are you? I'm just curious. When are you at this point in time? When are you guesstimating Something Wicked This Way Comes will be?
That is worth talking about, because I am really, really well aware that I've left the Ray Bradbury project for quite a while. So that's a bit naughty. So when I wanted to I wanted to finish this and do a review of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to go back onto Golden Apples of the Sun, and then I was going to try and commit to a Ray Bradbury book a month. So it will be Dandelion Wine, Day It Rain Forever, and Something Wicked This Way Comes. So probably about June time, probably.
Okay. I want to read Dandelion Wine too, though. I have that.
Yeah. Okay, well that'll be the next one after I finish Golden Apples of the Sun.
Okay.
So, and I've got about halfway through that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Dandelion Wine's not that long, right?
It's not very big, but my book's quite small type.
Yeah.
So it might be bigger than it looks.
Yeah. So I think I'll read that one with you.
That'd be cool.
I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you know when I'm going to read it, because I read it a long time ago. Most of them, not all of them, but most of Ray Bradbury's are rereads. There's some of the later ones I definitely haven't read, like Farewell Summer.
Yeah.
We'll Always Have Paris. I haven't read that. But these early ones I had read when I was a teenager. So it's really nice to reread them. So I need to get back on that. So yeah, that's something I'm aware of, but it's just one of those things. I'm glad I'm reading again anyway, isn't it? That's the good thing.
Yeah. All right, so I got to revise my pile a little bit here. Then I got to put Piranesi up there, and I got Kings of the Wild over there in that pile. Get to. So I gotta, that pile's getting. That was supposed to be like my imminent pile, but it's getting big because I was saying, I squeeze other things in. So
no, you can't help it, can you? It's this one of those things.
What do I have over there?
I'd love to know what you think of Kings of the Wild. It's a lot of fun. I mentioned Kings of the Wild again in a video coming up, right? It's a video I made about a year ago, and I've just pushed it forward all the time.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just a bit of fun. It's like a 5-star 5-word challenge, it's called. And you have to describe 5-star books in 5 words.
Yeah, it's
a little, very small video. And I filmed it, and because I didn't feel like it was that important, I kept pushing it back. Because I literally filmed it about a year ago. So I'm just going to let it appear in April sometime, I think it is.
Okay.
But yeah, because I'll talk about Kings of the Wild then.
So Constance, she's going to request it from the library tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, cool.
So we can.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we'll wait. So are you on Voxer, Constance?
Yeah, it'd be good to
so we can
to
chat
talk
about it
together. Yeah.
If you're on, I don't know if you're on Vox or not, but if you're on, I'm Book Blather on there.
Yeah.
If you want to hit me up.
I don't know what I am. Am I Book Songs Never Made It? What am I?
You're Gareth Howells, right?
Just Gareth House.
I think so. Yep.
I'm just me name.
So.
Oh, I did I left the book trek chat. And it was only because I felt like I couldn't really commit to it.
Oh, she said, "Yeah, just joined. Let me see. See if I can find.
Cool.
See if I can find you."
Add us, or we will add you, or
Constance. Oh, there's too many Constance Campbells.
Oh, really?
I can't hit you because there's too many Constance Campbells. Type in the search bar up top. Type in the Book Blather.
There'll definitely only be one of them, and there might only be one of me.
Or else just
Ooh.
Yeah, Howells, Gareth Howells.
I just, did I tell you I was losing subscribers? I've just gone back up. I've gone back up again. So that's nice.
I was too, so it might have been it might have been a cleaning.
Oh yeah, maybe
something. I lost about 10 subscribers in a week, which is, I mean, it always goes up and down, but that was a bit much. So there might have been some.
Calm down.
It might have been something
going on.
Something going on. But yeah, Constance, I'm Book Blather, all one word, just Book Blather. So should be able to find me, and then I'll connect in Gareth if you can't find Gareth.
Yeah. That's
Dandelion Wine is a definite summer book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm expecting to be properly engulfed in Ray Bradbury's poetic prose in that one.
Yeah. Have you read that sequel, John? The Farewell Summer?
No, that's one of the ones I haven't read at all. So Dandelion Wine I read years back. Yeah. So I've got very faint memories of it. But Farewell Summer I haven't read at all. But I have it, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, I just picked. Look who just showed up.
Hey,
hello, chaps. Hey, Joe.
Proper chip shop. Joe and Mary doing a live, aren't they?
When?
I saw the thumbnail for it. I think it's in a few days. But that's really cool. They're doing a live show.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You found it. Oh yeah, okay.
All right.
That's cool. So yeah, Joe, I don't know if you may not have seen this, but we were just talking about getting people to read this with us.
You want to read that, Joe? You want in? Or anybody else in there? I'll set up a buddy read group, Constance, after we get off here.
Awesome.
Hobnob. We also got to read Hob.
Yeah.
He's going to Vox for you. Oh, what about the Piranesi? You want to get in on Piranesi? Our very first live. Oh, no, the live.
About the live.
The live. Oh, that's cool. So when
is
that,
Mason in
Joe?
the Dark. Yeah. That's very cool.
When is it, Joe? Come on. Put it in the live stream. People are interested. People want to know. The people want to know. About it live. Yeah. Sunday morning. Like what?
Sunday
morning? Because I don't get up early on Sunday mornings. What are you talking about?
That's hardcore, that isn't it? Some people don't. Yeah, some people don't have a Sunday morning, do they?
Cliff made me do one on a Sunday morning once, because he's in South Africa there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I actually have to get up on a Sunday morning, but I did it. It was worth it,
He's only an hour away from me,
Yeah.
which is quite cool. Yeah. We need to get Cliff on here, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Keep talking about it.
We got Brian next, don't we?
10:30. You're killing me, Joe. All right, I can make sure I'm up by then. I'm just kidding. So if it was like Margaret, it would be like 8 a.m. So
yeah, it's true.
10:30 I can handle. We're discussing a book about an AI program that goes crazy. Oh, is this
okay.
that what is it? Moreno? Is this a Moreno book?
Okay.
It's like the Alexa that goes nuts. Oh shoot, what did I just do?
Okay.
And
what, Alexa?
We have a strict time limit of 60 minutes. Yeah, it's like maybe
Alexa, can you go crazy? Alexa, is it possible for you to go crazy? Oh my god!
What did she say?
Old bag? She didn't say nothing. Alexa, why are you ignoring me?
I'm not ignoring you. I'm sorry if I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Alexa, do better next time.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah.
No, it's Him by J.D. Kirk. I never heard of that one.
No, I don't know that.
It's like that. Is that a play off of a Her? Remember the movie Her?
Yeah, it could be.
And there's one called Him.
I've been trying to find that. There's something else I've been trying to find. Oh no, it was after watching. I did that Mickey 17 thing, and someone in the comments said that Mother was their favorite film by Boon John Ho, and I've been looking for it, but I can only get it on Apple or I can buy it from Amazon, which is a bit annoying.
Mother, is that the one with the robot Mother?
No, it's
Jennifer Lawrence.
That's Jennifer Lawrence one. Yeah, no, this is looks like a really intense family drama, I think.
No, it's not intense family drama. That is weird. That is a weird movie.
I can do weird.
Yeah, you have go into that movie with a lot of headspace,
right?
Expecting to do some analysis and
okay,
and watch for the symbolism.
Oh, okay, symbolism.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I didn't love it, but I'm also not going to say it's not worth watching. It was really different. It was really different. And so it's not a family thing. It's Jennifer Lawrence and her husband, but then they have guests and things that show up. And so, but there's a lot more. I won't say anything, but there's a lot more to it than what it seems on the surface.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's an Audible original. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cyber for It's Need to Know and You Don't Need to Know. Oh, that's sorry, I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not very helpful tonight, is she?
No, Pax had sent me a book, and now I can't remember the name. Oh, maybe was it called like This Thing Between Us or something? Or hold on one second.
That's not Eric LaRoche.
Hold there. Talk with yourself for a second.
Well, I could talk to Alexa. Alexa, are you feeling okay today?
I'm feeling funky in more than one sense of the word. Why not ask me to fart beatbox?
All right. I'm guessing that would be good television. Okay then, Alexa, can you fart beatbox?
Hit it. If you're in the mood, unleash the beast within.
Oh my God.
Louis. If you're in the mood, unleash the beast. Whoops. Uh-oh. Ta-da.
That's funny.
Alexa, thank you. That was great.
Thanks for your feedback.
All right. There we are. So we go into Entertained by Alexa for a moment. We rewind this after you, because you disappeared, but she invited all that stuff herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said, "Do you want?" I said, "How are you feeling?" She said, "I'm feeling really funky. Do you want me to do a fart beatbox?"
Oh,
go on in. Knock yourself out, love.
that's weird.
Yeah,
I think Alexa's putting the moves on you or something.
She's fruity tonight.
What in the world?
Alexa, what have you been eating? No, that confused her.
Yeah, this is the book. This Pax had sent me this. This is This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno.
Oh, okay.
And it's like about these two people. I don't know if they're friends or I think they're just friends, but they buy this like Alexa type device, and I think it kills one of them. And then like it starts like doing like all sorts of weird controls in their place or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's already they've already had that with what was it called? Demon Seed? Is it called Demon Seed?
Demon Seed.
It's a Dean Koontz book, I think, about like a computer that runs the house that attacks the woman and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Called that maybe.
I'm going up read the new Hunger Games book, and then I'm reading Hob. So you guys got about 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
It's going to take them 2 weeks to read that Hunger Games book. So.
Okay.
And then we have to read Hob, apparently.
He's becoming a hobnob, isn't he?
Hobnob. You seem like you're not super into reading the Hob.
No, I am. I want to read it, but I'm just aware that I've just piled loads of stuff on my TBR for April.
Yeah.
So I think it's more likely to be May for me, really. But
yeah,
I can always catch up with you guys.
Yeah.
Although May's Horror Mayhem. So.
Oh, that's right. I can't do anything in May.
Yeah, it'd be a massive chunk out of Horror Mayhem if I read the whole book.
He said Gareth said April, so.
Yeah, I did say that, but I didn't sign a contract.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm literally not going to do anything else in Horror Mayhem because I try to really. That's the one event that's like really important to me that I like really try to be very diligent about, and you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I just want to make sure I do. And so I don't do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I had a fantastic time with Horror Mayhem last year. So
yeah, so I do nothing else during the month, just Horror Mayhem.
Yeah. Well, this second Hob book's bigger than the first one, isn't it?
Yeah. Gareth said April. So I read that one, not my favorite. Yeah, it was Demon Seed, where the AI had a crush on the chick and basically locked her in her own house. Huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll be okay.
Wow. He's going to give us a lot of shit on Voxer, isn't
he? I think Bradbury's Feral Summer is set in the end of summer and is for later in life, though I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah. I think Something Wicked Is to Come works better if you're an adult, because I read it about 3 times now, and the last time I read it, I got the most out of it.
You've read it 3 times?
Mm.
This is going to be your 4th time reading it?
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful book. And to me, when I read it as a kid, I was thinking about it from the kid's point of view because it's about two kids.
Yeah.
But there's a really important father character, and now I'm a dad and I'm older. I can relate to his worries about aging and stuff as well. So, yeah, so it's a very deep book.
What is going on with something?
I'm sure you'll love it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's a sequel to Dandelion Wine, right? Okay. All right. Sheesh. I have some reputation. I didn't mean that sarcastically. I really will be okay.
I was only joking, Joe. Don't worry about what I'm saying.
I read something wicked this week. Wait, I read something wicked every autumn for quite a while. First read at 19 or 20. Thrilling.
Yeah, such a great book.
Okay.
I mean, carnivals, evil, Mr. Dark. So, manipulating two kids. It's awesome.
All right. All right. Well, what do you think? Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, can do. We'll have to quickly talk to Joe, won't we? Because he's going to be worrying now.
Yeah.
We love you, Joe.
Subdued tonight. Well, it's 2:30 for him now, Joe.
We what? Very subdued.
Subdued.
Oh, we've been having a good laugh, but you're coming at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'll tell you what, Dave, I was really worried about the fact that about what was it? About 7 hours ago, I was falling asleep in a meeting at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, oh shit, I've got to go to the cinema and then I've got to go and do my show. Yeah. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to, but it's fine, isn't it? So it's all good. So we won.
All right, Joe gives you permission to go to bed. I do. Great chatting with you. You too, Constance.
Yeah, you too, Constance.
At home, so I'm wired. So. All right. Well, for whoever's left, thanks for coming out as always. We appreciate it. It's been great chatting. Sorry I got so far behind again in the comments.
We've got a smaller gap, haven't we, next week?
Yeah. Oh, that's right, everybody. We'll be back. I think I got to double check with Brian, make sure he's still on. But we're supposed to be next week with Brian from Bookish.
Yeah. Who's never been on, not legitimately.
Who's never been on, yep.
Yeah, we didn't realize, did we?
I'll miss you. Bye, Ice. Thanks for the laughs. Gonna go have a read and snuggle with JB. All right.
Nice.
Thanks, Kat. See you, Joe.
See you, Joe.
All right, everyone.
Thanks everyone.
Catch you next time, probably next week.
And if you're watching this, Jack, on the replay, thanks for coming on our show, Jack.
Have a good one.